Welcome to Dope Check episode 21 with Ace the Stocksman, the EU Menace, Trey Zero, and you know him well, Tactical Rabbit himself. Boys and girls.
Helmet.
Tactical
helmet. I think I'll go by now.
Yeah, he's got a new name these days.
It's either Tac Helmet or Tac Chode, one of the two.
Guys, we just came back from Toronto. First reactions. Let's jump. I mean, one of us is still in Toronto, funny enough, but let's start with Trey because he's home. He's chilling. He's the only one of us that's actually made it home yet. Reflections. How is Toronto for you, brother?
My heart's still in Toronto. My future kid's probably in Toronto. It's all love, man. It's all love. That event was great. Wait, guys, chill. All right.
What did he say?
He was getting busy.
Yeah. What did he say?
Active.
Type shit. Anyway, I had a great event. Honestly, it was probably one of the funnest events that I've ever had, even since competing. Yeah, honestly, the vibes were great. The watch parties were great. The fans are great. The tequila wasn't great
On the Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday night. You can blame Byron Nasty for that one. Trey, another one. Hey, Trey, another one. I'm like, oh, yeah, go on then. Go on then.
Can't back down.
Myself.
Can't back down.
Nah, never back down from a shot, ever. But Rab, how was Toronto for you?
Sensational event. I gotta say, been to a few events in my time now. In the CDL era, this is the best one for sure. Obviously, I remember London 2019 fondly, but I think in terms of events I've enjoyed the most, this one was hands down it. Obviously, got to give credit to the boys on that one. And everyone at Toronto for helping us organise the watch party, getting it all set up. Like, everything was immaculate from day one. The fact that we plugged in everything, turned it on, and it worked was, like, mind-blowing to me. And it stayed that way throughout the weekend. So that part was unreal. The event was just such a good venue. The fact that they leveled it up from last year as well, I think was what I enjoyed the most. Like, they made the stage better. They made some of the viewing experiences for the fans better in the venue. There are more fans. It was more packed, more energy. The whole buzz around everything for the 4 days is just mega. Sunday night was fun. Made sure we paced ourselves throughout the weekend, which is important at these things. And yeah, I couldn't have had a better time. I'm still here, you know, still here. I fly to Indy in a couple of days for the Indy 500. Actually, I fly tomorrow, even though it looks like it's going to bloody thunderstorm on the Sunday, so I don't even know if the race is going to take place. So we'll see about that. But yeah, it's been great fun. I love the city. I mean, I think honestly, this is basically the new Anaheim now. I think they'll do it here every year. I don't see why they wouldn't. And I'll be back here every year that they do it here.
I opened up the screen of us vibing actually at Toronto, the picture of us on the couch, like the first day. Yeah, man, it was a vibe in Toronto. It was absolutely stellar. The fans were really nice. I've never been yelled at in the middle of a walk. Stocksman! Only in Toronto that can happen. So super, super fun. It's a great place. And what an event, too. Like how it closed out. OpTic taking out pretty much the top 4 teams. OpTic winning the event, you know, historic run, storylines, everything about it was a great time. But should we jump into some of the, speaking of OpTic, speaking of what kind of happened, first things first, them mugs already broke the goddamn trophy. It already happened. How do you, apparently they blamed it on, or should we should watch the clip. Let's watch a little bit of the clip from Shotzzy. Let's watch a little bit of the clips from Shotzzy and explaining what happened to the trophy during travel.
Did y'all know that trophy broke, by the way? I mean, the thing is, I wasn't there, dude. So I'm only saying the story from like from Ken's POV, right? So I guess they're going through like security or whatever the fuck, right? They're going through security, right? You fix it. We're getting a new one. We're in the process of it. All right, but listen. Yeah, we're going through security, right? We like for those that have gone to the airport before, after the people check your boarding pass and like all that bullshit, you have to like put your bags in like this little fucking container, right? To make sure like they scan it. Yeah, the TSA shit. Yeah. So Paige was like, "Can I go in with the trophy like in the scanner, like with it?" Because like obviously she didn't want it like anything to happen to it. And the people were like, no. And apparently they get one person was a fan, so like or not a fan, but like they knew us or whatever. But I guess they ended up saying like, nah, you can't do that. We have to place it like in the bin thing, right? So they placed it in the bin, and then it's just funny because like I guess it was all good vibes. They're like, oh yeah, like congrats, shit like that. And then they placed it in the container, and the guy was like, yeah, perfect. Like it should be good. And apparently Paige was like, are you guys sure? Like 100%. And then Paige trusted them. Like Paige was like, fuck it, let's run it. So then I guess it goes through the scanner, and like it goes through like the flap thingies, and I guess like the flap fucking parts got stuck in the trophy, and then like they could see on the X-ray that it got stuck, and then I guess they're like, oh, I think I got stuck, and then all you hear is like, or apparently yeah, it got stuck. So then they had to push it, right? They push it through the fucking thing, and then all you hear is, and then apparently the nut. Wait, it's actually kind of insane. The nut was like nut pieces were flying everywhere. Pieces of the nut, no bullshit, like the plastic part. And apparently, like, I wish I was there because this is only like from like a fucking story that I heard. And then apparently, like people behind him, like random ass people were like, "Was that important?" Like it was just fucking.
Guys, don't you hate it when nut just goes everywhere? Don't you guys hate that? I wouldn't be able to stand when nut just starts flying everywhere and gets all the places, but.
They busted that nut all over the fucking counter as well.
There's
Everywhere.
only one thing I hate more than a nut going everywhere, and that's Shotzzy telling a fucking story. This guy is the worst storyteller of all time.
Bro, that could have been like 2 sentences. Bro,
he could have just said. He literally could have just said, yeah, well, they wouldn't let her take it through, so they put it in the fucking tray. Tried pushing it through because it didn't fit, and nut just busted everywhere. Instead, I just watched a 2-minute clip of him just saying absolute bullshit. Love the kid.
That's got to be some Pearson Airport shit though, like, because everyone says that Toronto Airport is the worst, and like, coming out of there last year was shambolic for me as well. And I've got to go through it twice actually in the next couple of weeks.
I've never had an issue with it. I'll be real.
Interesting. I just have the security people are just like assholes to me, to be honest. So I don't know. Like, I don't trust any of the security people.
Would you guys lose full if you just won a trophy and then just snapped in front of your very eyes?
Not really, because I'm up 50k and
Rack's still hitting my account, you know what I'm saying?
And it's made of plastic, you know. I'm sure Hector Rodriguez is gonna buy a fucking big boy. He's probably gonna get a big diamond one, an actual diamond. So, you know.
Yeah, seeing up close makes it kind of realize it's not as sturdy as it looks on stream per se. Like looking at it right here, it doesn't look as sturdy. So, Toronto Airport.
Don't look as sturdy.
It don't.
Bro, it's collapsed, bro.
That shit looks. That shit looks like. Yeah, it don't look good. Let's just say it doesn't look good.
That shit just snapped clean off. I mean, I think it's a cool trophy. Like, what do you think of the trophy though? Because there was mixed opinions on it. I think it's kind of fire. Obviously, it's a bit tacky, I guess, when you look at it up close. But
yeah,
no, it looks fire. I wish there was a not so fucking plastic.
Yeah, I mean, like, what do we think? Squirrel trophy from last year or this one? Like, maybe I prefer the squirrel, the gold squirrel.
Give him the belts, man.
Yeah, the
belts were clean.
The belts were actually so hard.
Belts were fire.
Just the helmet picture, you know. Like,
yeah, let me go. Where's the fastest way to get to it? Probably BP or where?
Yeah, just go.
Yeah, BP literally tweeted it. So
all right,
this is the most recent picture.
Yo, guys, can we get a helmet spam in the chat for tactical helmet?
Bro, I have some good. Like, we have some good pictures.
No, wait, Rab, can we show that one that you sent?
Yeah. Oh no, it's already on Twitter. It's already on Twitter. Let me link it.
Yeah, link it up.
Because if you didn't know, guys, Rab is a driller.
Yeah.
Rab drills in.
That's right.
Rab drill.
How do I find it real quick?
When he's in Manchester, he be drilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, real ones no.
He be drilling and nut goes everywhere, huh? Just like that.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
Let me know when you link it. But before we get to that, before we jump to that picture, can anybody decipher what the hell this means? I'll give you $1 if you decipher what this means. This is from the GOAT Doug Lieb about the chances to make champs. All I see is the fucking periodic table on this from 0 to 100. Don't know what it means.
Guys fucking playing Minesweeper.
Any explanation? Anyone can help us.
All right, let me break this shit down real quick.
All right.
So CDL points on the x-axis, team on the y-axis. Basically, the point is, if this team gets to a certain number of points, they should be in for sure. So I'm guessing the differences in the numbers per team in each rank are dependent on their current record and therefore potential tiebreaker scenarios. So like if Minnesota were to get to 155, they'd have a 60% chance to make it, whereas Thieves would only have a 49.6% chance on the same CDL points because of their current record and tiebreaker situations. I'm guessing that's the implication. Basically, get to 170, 175, and you're sorted. That's really what we want to take from this. And also Boston, even if they cook, they still ain't making it.
Yeah, Boston can get. That's like the max amount of points they can get. And
It's also based on schedule. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. So it considers some sort of elo rating. But I also think, like, click on Doug Levy's profile. Like, does he have a? I think he has a better explanation. I think he has a clearer version than this, but I might be tripping. I don't know if he also just tweeted this out. He may have done. Maybe he did just tweet it.
Yeah, it's
I
it's
think that was
literally
it.
only that, bro. It's just this.
I also linked, by the way, the pictures if you want to find them.
All right, 1 second. I got you.
Oh, this shit's actually good, Trey. There might be another one that you haven't seen yet, Trey, actually.
Probably.
But yeah, Boston are cooked. Sad Boston fan here.
Well,
Ooh,
fuck you are not
sad
a
Boston fans. What the hell are you talking about? The fuck?
Someone in the chat said, no. Oh, Greek
Oh.
shit said, here we go. You like this? You like that shit? Oh, man. What a time. What a time.
Look
Is
at
head-to-head considered before or after the map counts? I think it's after, maybe. But I'm actually not sure this year.
No, head to head is before, and then head to head's before, and then map count comes after if it's initial.
What a time, bro.
That goes hard, huh?
What a time to be
Any
alive.
profile picture, do we think?
Yo, Chit, if you put that as your profile picture, I'll fucking commend you for the rest of my life, my brother. That is a good.
Yeah, that's hard, though.
Yo, make your profile picture now, bro. Right the fuck now.
I swear that goes hard.
Bro, change the profile picture right now and tweet out hashtag new profile pic. That's getting 5K favorites instantly.
No, I'm not tweeting that. I wouldn't tweet out new profile pic. I'll just change it silently.
We're gonna have also, as we talk about some COD, we're gonna have Austin SlasheR Litigo join us in a second here. Just sending him the link, and then we're gonna have him join. Give me one moment, and then we're gonna have him get in.
Oh shit,
here.
he's coming through right now.
Yeah, he has to go to the gym. He said if you get me in sooner. Oh, what the hell?
Is cooked.
There we go.
Cooked.
Yeah.
You back?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Yeah, but you joined on it. Did you joined on your phone, right?
Oh my god, Trey's lagging and shit.
Trey's lagging again.
Wait, go again, Trey.
Wait, am I not good?
Are you okay?
No, you're back. You're back.
Hello?
Holy shit, it was hectic for a second.
Chat can
Bro,
answer the
it's
good questions.
fucking Ace no,
It's not me.
fucking
It's not
Ace the
me.
little prick, mate.
Dude,
Bro,
watching on
every
Mago,
time
bro.
you leave and join the call. Every time you leave and join the call, bro, you break me.
That's facts.
There you go. Just added.
I mean, what a bracket, though, you've got to say. I mean, what a tournament. We can go through some of these losers bracket dog shit teams that got bopped out.
There
round
we
one.
go.
Oh my god, it's already happening.
Yeah.
Austin's there.
It's quick.
Let's get Austin.
Austin, you here?
How's it going, guys?
Cam on or not?
I can turn my cam on, but hold on.
Oh, my
Yeah,
bad.
he's got to sort his hair
I
out.
gotta like go find. No, I got a hat on. But
I mean, do
I
we
gotta-
trust Ace to set up the 4 cam correctly? That's my question.
I gotta
chat.
find my stuff real quick. Hold on.
Nah, this man just. Oh, my bad. I gotta go put on a shirt. I'm just. Dude has no shirt on, but a hat still. He sells an Ace hat on at all times. This guy is different, bro.
Slash has to get a teammate in the small roster mania, says Nick. I mean, let's see. Oh shit, there we go. He's done it. I mean, Ace's cam. Beautiful.
Yeah, my cam. All right, they mixed up again, so I don't know what's going on here. But give me 1 second.
Yeah, good. We'll get it figured out, chap.
Yeah.
But yeah, Slash is going to be joining us for a little while to talk about how dog shit Boston Breach are. Always a pleasure, you know. Always a pleasure.
Austin only ever wears thigh highs, no boxers, and an Ace hat. Pretty impressive.
Uh-huh.
Wow, we're
Hitting the gym.
gotta love it. Gotta love it, honestly.
I feel like they have Trey and SpaceX prototype rocket with a cam. Huh?
What?
What does that mean?
The fuck you talking about?
Guy's off the fucking drop.
This guy is tweaking, honestly.
Yeah, he's off the Henny.
There's Trey. There's Rab. Oh, we're good. See, no, we're good.
There's a few teams that need to blow it up, don't you think, Trey, right now? How many teams are you expecting to blow it up?
Teams do I expect to blow up, or how many teams do I know are going to blow up? That's two big questions.
Wow. This man Trey talking huge right now. He's talking huge.
Trey, huge in the same sentence? Don't fucking make me laugh.
No, he's never wrong. Like if he calls it, then it's locked in. You know what I mean?
There we go.
Trey, you may as well join Boston. You'll get them into top 4. Do you see Boston, by the way? They tweeted like they tweeted at X Defiant someone cooked or some shit. Like, are Boston gonna make an X Defiant team? That's my question. I know it's Oxygen Esports over there, right? So all I'm saying is,
I mean, listen, if they need someone,
they got cash.
they don't spend it very well, so fucking invest it into me.
This is some top quality production right now, by the way.
Yeah, we're working. We're
Yep.
getting there. Give us a second. Give us a second. Give us a second.
Oh, hey, what's good,
Yes,
Austin?
hey,
Yeah, we see him.
what's
We
good,
see
guys?
him. Let's have a look at the hat on the wall. If the cat.
It's up there,
Oh,
bro.
there you go. There you go. There you go.
I see it.
there.
I see it. I see it. Let's go.
All right, we're gonna.
Prize possession.
Wait, Austin, what mode you in right now? Is it like gym mode, no haircut type shit?
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right,
Yeah.
someone pick this guy up, bro.
Type shit.
Jesus
Yeah, my hair's
Christ.
like really long right now.
Hey, someone pick this guy up. Holy. Wait, have you ever thought about a mullet, Austin?
I think you rocked one, didn't you?
Nah, I kind of had one like at the beginning of COVID, kind of.
That's understandable. I don't know
Yeah.
what I had at that point too. I had pigtails at one point.
Dude, but I had to get it cut because the hair was so long that it was like rubbing on the back of my neck and it was bothering me. So like I eventually just like, dude, I can't do this.
No way you're tickling yourself.
Boy, boy's
Dude,
tickling the back of
pretty
his neck, huh?
Yeah, so I had to get that cut ASAP.
He leant back and got all giddy. Stop that.
Holy fuck! So you
That
just
is
been
crazy, Trey.
you literally just been locked in on non-COD things right now, huh?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, just trying to stay busy.
I hear you. So, speaking of this event, I know you have you have gym to go to and all this stuff, so we want to get you on as soon as possible. But tell me, first reactions to the Boston stage and what's been going on with them. I want to get in the mix right now.
Oh, just Boston? I mean,
No, you don't care
No,
about the tournament.
no.
You know, like
We'll talk about the
Well,
tourney
that's
too, but I'm sure that's the first thing people want to hear of just like how Boston did this tournament, their whole stage. You've had some back and forths on Twitter. So what's your reaction to this entire stage and kind of what's been going down?
I mean, I'm like kind of surprised, but then kind of not surprised. I'm like, it's kind of like tough. I feel like they had an easier schedule. I remember on the show, I was like, they have an easier schedule. Like they're probably gonna end up doing like a little better. But they somehow did not. They didn't even win a freaking match somehow. So like, I don't know. It's really not that surprising though because S&D was terrible when I was there, and it even somehow got worse because
There's only one common denominator though, right?
yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Like,
Not trying to say it for you, but there's only
but yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's like I have mixed feelings about it. Like I'm kind of surprised it did that bad, but I'm not really surprised that they're not good. Why is Rab? Why are you like bouncing up and down over there? What you doing?
Because the cams are getting sorted out
just doing
still.
the Cellium shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the cams on
I
the
kept like
stream.
looking at our
Oh
screens
my
like as
God.
I'm talking. I see you
Okay.
doing like this. I was like, what the fuck?
I just realised how that would look from your POV.
Well, you had a
I'm
great
so
great
faded
tweet,
right now.
Austin, as well, if I remember, about the Shadow GM.
Oh yeah, dude, that was just a joke. I mean, honestly, like my tweets at the beginning, or like what I was saying at the beginning, like I meant most of those things. I was like, this one was like more so like a joke because I think it's more funny to like farm some interactions and bullshit, whatever.
I'm in
But,
interactions, baby. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
I love
I was like,
that.
I don't use Twitter as much right now, so I was like, I saw like that, and I was like, you know what? Let me like poke a little fun. But obviously, I mean, it's a little trash talky too.
Yeah, so you bringing me back? Like I can't see my shit on screen anymore.
Yeah,
I think
you're
I'm
back.
just-
You're back.
I'm
You're
just a
back.
black box.
You're
like-
back.
I
You're
personally
back. Don't
think the
worry.
James Bond one was the best one though.
The James Bond one. Where's that one?
That was nice. That was nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
When they went 0-7 in the qualifiers.
Yeah. I think that was the best one.
He's got me on there twice. Fuck me, he loves me.
But yeah, man. I mean, I think the big thing with them is just their S&D mid-round decision making. When I was there, was terrible. I brought it up multiple times. It's still terrible. It's even got worse. And I think a lot of the things I was saying was proven to be kind of true.
If you were the GM, if you were the Shadow GM, well, I mean, what the hell are you doing? Because I don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, at this point, I don't even know what you can do. Like, what players are gonna want to come play for you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we can't even make champs. Like, I feel like a good amateur player is not even gonna take that deal, right?
Unless he's guaranteed to like stay on there. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, let's say like you're the best challenger player right now coming up. Like, I don't even know who the best guy is, but let's say for X reason, Gwyn is in challengers, right? And he's coming up next year. He's gonna make it 100%. Why would you go to Boston where you could potentially just be? It's like the new Vegas Legion kind of, right? Like where you just ruin your stock. So I don't even know. Like, I don't know what players would want to go there right now. Maybe in the off season, if they completely rebuild, maybe some players would want to go there. But right now, I think you might just have to stick it out, like, and just hope to put something together.
I mean, listen, I'll take a few months there.
Yeah.
I'll take a few months there.
Yeah.
That's okay. This one thing in Trader, right? Like, okay, Beans has been playing well. You could even find
Beans. Beans is a lock. Like, he's a lock.
Snoopy, I mean, look, they've committed to him at this point. I know that there's a sunk cost fallacy, and maybe they shouldn't. But I guess my point is, Austin, like, you ain't going back there. It ain't working with Priester with those two. So who the hell do you get that works with that duo? Because that's my feeling. It's just like, if it wasn't working out with you and Snoopy, I don't see any other players, like let's say veteran main AR leaders or whatever, that go in there and make it work, which is why. So what do? Put Lamar in and see if that works? Like,
well, to me, they've kind of showed their like hand in the sense that they don't want a veteran type player. They don't want like a system, right? Like the way they're kind of building their team is they want like this eights kind of play style. Like that's kind of what they want to do. So I don't even think you go for a veteran. And I don't know, if I was a GM, I would probably like I said, just ride it out, and then I would look to build around Beans probably personally. But I don't know if they're gonna do that. I don't know. I think they're gonna keep Beans, Snoopy, and look for two.
I've got to say this though, whilst we're on the topic of these cards, we said Asim had the worst stint in the league that the league's ever seen. No, Penta's up there, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean, also Asim played against FaZe New York.
8.
Who did he play against? FaZe New York, someone else?
He played
OpTic, they played as well,
OpTic.
Oh yeah, so he played the top 3 teams basically, besides Toronto. And
0-8.
Yeah, Pentagram. I mean, this Boston team played like a way easier schedule, like I said. So I don't know.
I mean, look at that S&D, man. It's beautiful, isn't it?
You were predicting at least 3 wins, Austin.
I did, because of the easy schedule. Because I remember, like, when I was still on the team, I was like preparing to try to make champs, and I was looking at it. I was like, okay, our stage 3 and stage 4 is easy. I was like, all we need to do, like, we made winners with a hard stage, in my opinion, like in Major 2. We just didn't do that well at the event. But I was like, if we're gonna make champs, all we need to do is be decent. And I was like, if we start to be good, then we can maybe even like, you know, potentially push a top 4 or like even a championship Sunday type deal. So yeah, I was expecting them to get 2 or 3 wins. Just saw some gimme games, but I mean, fucking hell. They didn't even win.
It's a shame that Pentagram had such good control stats, because like relatively, because if he didn't, he could have been challenging the Seams 48. Like if you look at the numbers in the hardpoint and the surge, like he could have been down that line. I know you did the data crunching. Rough stage.
I'll say it's kind of wild to me that when they brought Shawnee in, it looked more cohesive than it did without him. And Shawnee's probably one of the most structured players outside of Beans on that team. Priest obviously too, but they look better. Like, with Shawnee came to the tournament and played, I actually think they would have done a lot better. It probably would have won a series, in my opinion. I don't know. What did you think about Shawnee coming in? Did you think he looked better than the team with Shawnee looked better than the team without, or was it just kind of like rogue regardless?
I feel like I can't really speak on that because when I saw he was subbing in, I was like, I'm not even watching this. To be honest, I didn't even watch. I was like,
Well,
whatever, bro. Like
I will say they did go 100-point sub versus OpTic.
they
I
did.
don't care.
I saw that.
But Kenny
But-
was lagging, but then they did come back and win the map.
I think Sean's
they won
actually
most of it
decent.
anyway.
I think he's a decent player, especially when it comes to like S&D. So they probably would have had more structure maybe because he's probably more structured than Beans. Beans is more of a shooter, run at you, get kills and stuff like that. But then again, I also will say they were playing against OpTic, so the reason why I didn't watch it is because I was like, this is just going to be a BS kind of series. Because one, OpTic's probably not going to take them very seriously. Like I know what it's like being on that level of team, and you're playing against a team with a fill-in. You're kind of just like, bro, it's a waste of our time, kind of attitude. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feel like they might not have been taking them as seriously. And then Boston, on the other hand, has nothing to lose. They're playing with their coach. They're just like trying to have fun with it, and they probably played even better than they would have with the normal team. So yeah, I don't know.
I think when it comes down to playing a team like that, obviously Austin, like you've been on the top team, and then you play like even if they played without even if they played with their regular team, they probably still wouldn't have took it as that serious. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Because they just know they're gonna win it, and then they saw Shawnee, and they were like, I'm gonna get some tequila. You know, I'll sip that out my monster bottle instead.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's hard. Like, it's like such a big mental battle when you're at the top. Like, you're playing like the 12th place team or whatever. It's like you're trying to win the game, but there's no way you can try as hard in that match as it when you're like playing FaZe.
You
Like,
can
there's
try
nothing
as
you
hard
can
as you
do.
want. You can try as hard as you want or as less as you want. You still feel like you're gonna come away with the win.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
By the end of the year or the start of next year, or by the end of the year, do you see any world where Doug Censor Martin comes to the roster and joins in and has a CDL venture for the first time?
I mean, if it's not now, it's gonna be never. But I feel like with this pull-up record going on, with how serious he is about that, I don't see it happening. I mean, maybe if he broke the record and then he was just like, there's like a few matches left at the end, he's just like, screw it, I'm gonna play. Like then maybe, but it's now or never. Like if he doesn't come in now, it's never gonna
I
happen.
mean, I feel like I love Doug, but I feel like he's lost all of his credibility with the COD now because in your reply to the Shadow GM thing, he also said this OpTic roster would never win an event, and he said he'd sell his house.
Yeah, should we watch? I don't think. Should we watch that in case people don't know the context, really quick?
Yeah,
You
we
did
can
have
watch
to
it real
walk that
quick.
back a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this was from a year ago when OpTic's roster first formed. On an episode of Verse Sweep, Doug made a claim, and let's watch that claim.
History, that's some wasted talent if you don't get a ring, bro. You're only gonna get that ring if you change the way you're going about it. If OpTic Gaming keeps Dashy and Shotzzy and picks up Pred, I'll say it right now, they're never gonna win anything. I'll bet my house on it. If you want Pred, Shotzzy, and Dashy all on the same team, they will literally never win. Ever. No matter how hard they try, no matter how much history, that's some wasted.
That's a bold claim. That's a bold claim out of the man. And then this is the context to that Shadow GM clearly knows ball comment by Austin. That's the reference. So,
I mean, I low-key think, like, there's very few players that you put in that Kenny role that actually do make this team successful. So I almost kind of, like, I see a little bit of what Doug's saying, but obviously, in hindsight, it's insanely faded. And for good reason, because, like, looking at that team of three and saying they can't win is like, okay, what are we doing here?
Nah, it's just how confident he is. He goes, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. They ain't never gonna win.
you ain't gonna
Well,
stop
the
me.
implication is kind of like, oh, you need me, you need me, Brandon. Like when I was team with you back on call.
All right,
Bring you
all right,
back.
Austin. Let me ask you a question because people ask me this question about Trey. If Ravens ever offered you, would you go back? And I say no, fuck no. If Boston wanted you back, Austin,
Are you talking about like right now or just in general?
no,
Right
not
now, hell no.
yeah, no, that's it. Not right now. Off season comes about. They're like, Austin, we're so sorry. We're gonna rename it Boston and then change the actual name to Austin in front of the B. We're gonna give you the fucking keys.
I mean,
You
if
go
I
back.
had the full keys, like, and there was some like assurances behind that, then potentially. But if it was like the same kind of people involved right now, and they hit me up, absolutely not. No, no way. Because I just know going to that team, I have no say in what we're doing, and I feel like, I mean, not trying to like, you know, be like, oh my god, we should do whatever I want to do, but I feel like I should have some sort of say in the team and like what's going on. I think I have a good mind for how to win and like how to improve. So if you're not gonna listen to me at all, like I just don't even want to be involved with your team.
Have you ever been in a situation similar to that where the execs or whoever didn't want your input or a couple of players' input before? Have you been in a situation like that before?
I think my LAG team at the end of the year was not what I wanted to do. And I think maybe another time, but for the most part, usually teams I've been on have always listened to what I kind of want to do, or at least like, you know, consider it. I feel like I wasn't even considered what I was saying over here. But to be fair, I don't think any player had a say in what happened in that org, because the team they're running with now, I don't think any player wanted that team specifically. So I don't.
Okay.
Whoa.
That's just interesting though. Like, if not a single player expected that team, then that kind of knocks off who's making the executive decisions here, and it's clearly either the Shadow GM or it's someone even above them who's, you know, masterminding, puppet mastering what's happening. And I feel like that's just the most inefficient way to run a squad. You can't really make a good team or have faith in your team if you're not in control of it at all. Like, nobody's in control of it.
Yeah, well, it's the chat saying is an echo, I guess, when I'm talking. Do you guys hear that or no?
I don't hear it on my end.
No,
I don't hear
I don't
echo
hear
from
anything.
you.
But
Okay.
it's on the
Apparently
stream, I
just
heard
random.
it.
Yeah, it's on the stream. It just
That's weird.
randomly popped on.
But yeah, Ace, speak on that a little bit. I mean, I kind of said that last time I was on, where I was like, the team decision that was being made, I know for a fact, well, me, Ace, and Preston didn't want to do that. That's 3 people, and I'm pretty sure I knew what the 4th wanted to do as well, which was just stick. So none of the players wanted that roster. Obviously, like Beans wanted to join a team, Pentagram wanted to join a team, but nobody wanted that collective roster. And I feel like as a GM, you kind of got to listen to players. Usually they know best. At least, you know, take into consideration. Sometimes they don't, you know, you have to go against what they're saying, but going against what everyone is saying, I don't know if I agree with that.
Okay. Well, stepping away from the Boston stuff, I know you've been tackled a bit on that. How did you feel about this tournament? Were you watching it? Were you kind of tuning in?
Yeah, I was watching most of the matches. It seemed like a pretty good tournament from what I saw. I don't know how was it there, like was it there in person? I'm assuming it was really nice. The Toronto event's always a lot of fun. But the matches
We called it the new Anaheim.
I saw some people saying that. I don't know if it can be Anaheim, and nothing could be Anaheim, but it could be like, you know, the CDL
It's
version.
not quite a Hilton bar, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing we kind of need is like one spot, you know.
Yeah. Nothing
Apart from that, it has like, I don't know, it has what it needs, I think.
It's so funny too. I mean, this is a complete side story, but my girlfriend was recently in Disneyland, and she was like, "Oh, we're staying at what's the one across from the Hilton? Is it Marriott?"
The Marriott, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my!" I was like, "Wait, are you across from the Hilton?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Good times there, good times." And she's like, "What are you talking about? What do you mean good times at the hotel?" I was like, "You just wouldn't get it."
Yeah. Can't explain that.
She probably sat there thinking like, the fuck's he getting up there? But what she really don't know is it was the AMFs with Trey Morris that really it was really what you meant. Really was.
No, finally I explained it to her, and she was like, "Oh, okay, that kind of makes sense." Because like we used to go to that convention center literally yearly, and that was like the event every year. But yeah, the matches were great, especially on Sunday. Except for the finals. The finals was kind of a bummer. I mean, congrats to OpTic, they played really good. I was hoping it was a little closer. I didn't really care who won, but the matches before that were actually insane. Like I think some of the best match day like we've had for the entire season.
I mean,
yeah, the FaZe Ultra game was like, God,
yeah,
we had a dinner res at
sensational.
9, so I wasn't too upset about a 4-0.
I was stressing for real. I'm like, shit, we made this dinner res for 9, obviously because OpTic win. We want to get them on the stream to say hello. So I was on the phone and be like, all right, let's push it back by a few. But it all worked out in the end.
But yeah,
and it was surprising to me too. One more thing is I feel like OpTic on Saturday when I was watching was not playing well. They did not look good. So I didn't have them like I did not think they were going to win. And then for whatever reason, they woke up on Sunday, they did a complete 180. They looked way different. And then I started watching them play more and more throughout the day, and I was like, okay, now they have a real chance to win the event, in my opinion.
Yeah, they speak
They
of
had
Based on them championship whites.
Yeah.
What the fuck,
You see, Austin, it's one of those days where everything was going right for them, including the clutch.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just like they played some great COD, great hard points, but even like the game against FaZe and stuff like that, it was, you know, I want to say Bruce kind of bailed him out of it with a 1v3, but it was just like one of those events where everything was going right down to a 0.0 second ninja defuse too.
Yeah.
You know, you can't write that.
I mean, sometimes that's what it takes though for a tournament win. Like you got to have some things going your way. Like that's just how it is. You wake up on a Sunday and someone's having the best day of their life in the game. Everything's going their way, and that's sometimes what it takes. And that seems to be what it was for Austin, or not. I just read the chat.
For Austin?
For OpTic. I read that someone put Austin,
well, you know,
Austin had a good tourney this weekend. Austin had a great time.
For
well,
OpTic,
you know,
so.
you
But
definitely
yeah.
had it before though, Austin, where you've had one of those Sundays.
Yeah, I mean that's what they say in like football too and stuff. Any given Sunday, so that's what it was for OpTic. They woke up that day and they were by far the best team. So
Yeah, let's jump ahead.
They played at some insane pace on Sunday. I mean, we'll get into the team more. Like, you know, I want to go through these dog shit teams first. Really.
Yeah. Let's go through some of the fun stuff of talking about some of these teams. But first off, LAT right after the event, in discussions about making a roster change. Nothing concrete yet. Do we think it's a little too fast paced? Do we think they just kind of are? Do they play that badly? This stage, this event, to warrant a team change? What do we think?
They might just be land frauds, you know? Like, they were 5-2 online. I know they had probably not the hardest stage, but they honestly, every time they turn up to land, they look a bit different. It wasn't particularly competitive against New York. And then I actually respect Miami somewhat, but I think if you lose to them, you got to think about it. The thing is, for a lot of these teams, it's so tight for champs qualification that you can justify it both ways. You can justify it as, well, we're kind of still there and we're probably better than we showed. We should stick. But it depends what your objectives are really as a team. I don't think this is the best version of a roster they can put together. Ghosty's been hard carrying them most of the time. Jodeci's, I think, has played particularly well. Kremp would be the one to look at, right? I mean, let's be real. He dropped 5 against Miami in that final series. He's a good slayer when he's on, but he's very inconsistent. His decision-making is questionable. The problem is, you want to find a player to replace Kremp with. Everyone you look at has the same problems. They can slay, they have sometimes questionable decision-making, and it's like, well, maybe there's no point. That's kind of my read on it.
I'm kind of in the same boat. I think Ghosty definitely is the player that's just, you know, on this team, the cornerstone, the captain, however you want to phrase it. Jodeci came back from Challengers, definitely got the confidence that I was speaking on a bit, that he needs to go over there and kind of regain, start shooting against some shitters, get better, come back, and do that to the pros, and he clearly has. Nasty's a good glue to the team. Kremp, when I was watching their matches, he had some questionable moments in the S&D and the respawns specifically. Just incremental moments of decision-making in the game that I felt had costed them some hills and potentially just some situations that made it a lot harder for LAT to make it winnable. I don't think it's the end of the story for him. I don't think they should jump the gun necessarily, but if there was a player that needed to be swapped out, it would be Kremp. But at the same time, it's so late in the season, you can't really get someone from the EU, some of the better players who are still, you know, on the visa type of game, right? You like get a Hixie, try out some of the guys from the Omit teams, maybe something like that, but it's kind of late. Otherwise, I think LAT just sticks it out and tries to make it the next season and likely builds around Ghosty, is what I would see.
If you can keep him, you also got to prove to Dan that you're serious.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, but everyone in the chat or anyone that thinks this team should make a roster change is fucking faded. This went 5-2 in online split. Obviously, didn't do the best at LAN, but like 5-2 in an online split is good. You just got to show up at LAN, and they didn't. It's literally the same as our London team on Vanguard. Like we showed up to one LAN event. We always played well online. Showed up to a LAN event. Didn't play that well. There's not a single team that makes that team better right now. There's not a single player that makes that team better right this instance.
Right, they beat some shit teams respectfully. Look at this run.
Yeah, but we don't need them to beat the top 4. No one's beating the top 4 right now. The end goal is to make champs. If you're outside the top 4, the end goal is to make champs.
I think if the goal is to only make champs, then potentially don't make a change. But
yeah, but like respectfully, Austin, do you think them making a change, they beat a top 4 team right now this late in the stage game?
I mean, I'm always of the mind of I'm trying to win the event. So
Oh,
I'd
for
rather
sure.
try to win the event and not qualify kind of thing than qualify just to get 8th, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I'm
I understand that, but what I'm more saying, like right now, that even that team, that team could potentially be a top 4 team. But
Yeah,
anyone,
I can't think of a player, like a sub player, that like swapping it for Crimp that would just make them that much better. I'm kind of the opinion that maybe they should stick as well, just for the rest of the year, because they're gonna probably do good online, good enough to like set themselves up.
Yeah.
To where if they win one match or something like that, then they're just in. But yeah, I don't know. If the goal is to just simply qualify, I definitely don't think they should probably make a change.
Yeah, I mean, no one just wants to qualify for an event, right? Austin? I mean, we all want to win it, but
Well, I would argue that a lot of these bottom 8 teams think about just qualifying rather than trying to win.
Yeah.
oh yeah, for sure.
Not LAT, but some of them.
Well, LAT have made drastic changes in terms of like what other teams haven't done. Like they actually bought Nasty in from the UK. They bought Kremp in from Challengers, so they've at least tried. I think, like you said, the mindset of just trying to make champs, yeah, it's a sucky mindset. But I think LAT are one of the better teams that could beat a top 4 team if they actually wasn't, I don't know what's up with them at LAN, but I think they are the team I would say that could beat a top 4 team.
The only thing that scares me about them is just that they go to game 5 so much.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what I said. I said this about them. Like their game 5 record is insane. Like it's like 5-1 or 4-1 or something like that. But that's not consistent enough. Like you've got to win 3-1. You've got to win 3-0 to prove you're a dominant team. You can't just keep going last map because one loss is going to fuck you over.
yeah.
They played Boston twice and they 3-2 both times. It's like, well,
I'm gonna
doesn't really count.
I want to add too that with LAT you run into a situation too that what if you run into a Legion situation? They drop Purge, all of a sudden they went from 6th to 10th now. You drop Kremp, your upgrade doesn't work out, and now you're in a good 7th place position, only 5 points below 6th and 5th. Let's say the chemistry doesn't go well, and all of a sudden your teams can't win an online match. Now you've kind of costed yourself the chem and the chance to get the champs, all because you wanted to experiment so late in the season. So you kind of run into that problem as well that Legion's facing, and LAT I'm sure don't want to be in that position.
Also, when do the matches start?
They start next Friday.
Okay.
They're supposed to start this Friday, but then due to some changes to scheduling, they made it next Friday.
Gotcha.
Why are you asking, Austin? You got some practicing to do?
No. I was just curious, like how long the turnaround is.
Yeah, it's you don't have long enough as well.
Yeah,
you know
you don't
what I'm
have
saying?
time at all.
Like we're going into Major 4. That's your last time. Like this is your last chance to make champs. This is what I'm saying. Like it's not like they just went 0-7 and just 0-7 dead last or whatever like that. They had a good online season, a good online split, sorry, and then just shit the sheets at LAN. Like in my opinion, it doesn't warrant a change.
Separate.
I think you just got to make sure that Ghosty doesn't leave in the off season. This is like, because the entire point of this season for Thieves was to try and build back a stronger team for next season. Boston have the same idea right now as well. It's like, okay, we've got a couple of good pieces here. Who do we go with? How do we accomplish what Toronto have accomplished over the last few years with Scrappy and building the team that they have done to make finals and win championships? Thieves, that was their intention this year. Okay, we're going to pay less money, but we're going to build a good team. And Ghosty's been the star of the show. So, like, you cannot afford him to just get bought out by subliners or something because he's not happy with the team. Like, he has to feel confident that they're going to be moving in the right direction, which I think he probably is. But you just got to make sure he's happy, I think.
Yeah, there's 2 parts to that. One, I want to bring up this JCap tweet of him essentially kind of leaning to the side of denying the rumor of a change. Thanks for the heads up because I just landed after a 6-hour flight that I couldn't buy the Wi-Fi on. So it seems like Cap is kind of denying what's being put out there. So there's that. Secondly, it all depends for me. Ghosty's definitely the cornerstone for the team, but is LAT willing to invest, right? Because that was the whole thing. They kind of got rid of their squad. They weren't willing to put in the funds to have a super, super high salary cap team. Ghosty now is the cornerstone, but can you surround him with players that are good, but also the money that they're worth? That's kind of a problem that they have, I think, going into next season. Are you going to build around a piece that can get you a team that can compete with the top 4? Or are you going to kind of not give out the best contracts and lead to players deciding to go play for other organizations? I don't know. LAT has a critical decision to make once the season's over, I think.
the tweets of the coaches saying that there's no roster change or anything like that don't sit well with me. Because if you remember, something full circle coming around right now. Hello, Austin. How you doing, buddy? Boston Z tweeting out, yeah, we're not making a change. 3 days later, what's going on, guys? We made a change. I'm sure Den's done one of his fucking poster leaflets too.
Yeah, I think Cap would not tweet that though unless it was like certain.
Yeah, I mean, I was at the, when everyone goes out for drinks and stuff like that, you can see who's getting dropped. Who's not there with the boys.
Yeah.
And everyone was there at the bar having drinks. From LA Thieves, bar Joe Deceives, but he's not a going out type of guy.
I don't even know if he's also. Oh wait, you're old enough in Toronto, actually.
Yeah, he's old enough in Toronto, but I also don't think he gives a fuck about going out drinking tequila.
Yeah,
he was there with the boys at a different bar as well.
Yeah,
having I don't know what he was having, but he was there. So
I think so. They were vibing.
W scouting, Rab. W scouting.
Listen,
yeah, you know my game.
They were vibing. You can tell when a team's making changes.
I think the thing with OC is I don't think he's gonna go anywhere unless like a top 4 tries to poach him. But even then, LAT might just be like, nah, we're keeping him. So.
Separately, too, he also has a sorry to cut you off, but they also has a one. You likely most contracts are 1+1s.
Yeah.
He's only been there for 1 year, so in likelihood he's for sure here for another year. Just to keep that in mind, everybody.
Yeah.
The only team I could see him joining is New York.
But even then, LAT could just be like, nah, we're keeping you. Like,
I mean, if I'm them, I'm 100% keeping him because he's the one piece that is either going to make you a top 4 team or not make you a top 4.
Yeah, I think they just potentially stick it out for the rest of the year and then build around him next year.
Yeah,
go from there.
I mean, I know your players, Austin. I think he stays on LA Thieves too, so you can go to New York. How about that one?
Oh, shit! I wish.
Bang his line, please. But we also have something else, a little bit of speculation from Linz of ROKKR, tweeting a gif of a smirk smile. Are we reading into this? Any thoughts on this?
This could be anything, but like I don't know how quickly Lamar just got a flight out of there. But Sunday night I saw Linz. I didn't see any of the boys. So I don't know what's going on. I feel like ROKKR got to blow it up there. Like I look at that team of 4 and I just don't see how that team of 4 makes champs. There's too many inconsistencies. Stanley and Linz don't work well together. To be fair, Stanley's been cooking in Search. Like his line card is crazy in Search. It's like a 1.5.
Yeah.
But we talked about this for ages. The AR duo don't work together. The SMG duo don't work together. And they go out to Surge, who might still be onliners, but they kind of impress me. So tough one for them. But I think, look, last year, right, Brian Saint, he got out of there. He was dropped because the team was shit. Looney has got to see the writing on the wall that if this team stays shit, his job's gone as well. So as the head coach, he's got to probably grow some bollocks and make a move here, or grow some bollocks and stick with it and hope it works. But if he sticks with it and it don't work, then he's gone, and he. So like, pressure on.
I don't think there's anyone safe in this ROKKR organization.
I disagree with that. I would say that the only safe person in my head would be Linz, only because he's just a developing rookie. I would compare him not in gameplay, but I'd compare him in situation to Snoopy. Of like, you have this sub that the organization believes in, clearly high potential, has talent, and they want to develop him. I think he's the one guy on the team that pretty much, whether the rest of the team gets squad wiped, he wouldn't go.
I mean, yeah, I understand that from that aspect, but there's not been one single good player for this team.
Oh, okay, different point. Okay. Well, I want to speak on just generally. Go ahead.
I was going to say, start of the year, Linz, potential my rookie of the year. Ever since, you're going to hate me for this one, the OpTic 3v14, the fall off has been crazy.
I mean,
tell me I'm wrong.
That actually really did kill that team.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
What did Trey say?
Trey might never be wrong.
That really did kill that team.
Bro, that team was looking like the top 4 team. That was the team that was going to beat New York and everything like that, and certify themselves as the top 4 team. That breakdown happened, and they just
And Wake wasn't even playing well. It's like, I know we talked about this. Oh, what if Wake steps up? But like legit, like, what if, what if Big Wake started to play a bit better and that team stuck it out? Like they'd have easily made champs. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. One of the other things that's kind of weird about like that original squad is I think about the way Vivid plays. He's kind of he's a good player. But he's a head bash type of sub. What kind of maps do we have now? Head bash maps. So I think that team would have been much better suited to how the game plays now than it was before. And the team that's current would be better at the previous map set than the ones now. So I think it's kind of a shitty situation to be in. Like, you made these roster changes, and then all of a sudden, Vista, 6-star are added to the rotation, and your previous guys would have probably been better. It's kind of just a trash situation to be in. In terms of what's working, what's not, yeah, I think the sub duo is having a little bit of, they play very similar roles. The ARs play kind of similar, and it's causing some pacing issues on the map that are clearly being seen, especially the head bash when you kind of need to go quick, and certain times they're just not on the same page at times. That's what I see when I watch them.
Mr. Rab and the chat, the Twitch chat. Do we remember that every time we roasted ROKKR, Ace always bring up how many points they had?
Yeah.
How pretty they were sitting in the top.
Who are they in the league now? How about that league standing today?
You're fucking annoying.
They were 5th in the standings, and Ace was always saying, "Oh, look how many points they got! Look how many points they got! Whoa, Ace the Stocksman, they are sitting 9th. They're not even in the champs running anymore."
Oh, is he going?
Come on,
They're in
the running.
They're in the running, but you know what I'm saying? I'm saying there ain't no comeback anymore. Shut up, guys. You're annoying. They're sick. They've got the points. Now.
Look at this guy struggling to find
the
where's the ladder. He's probably deleted that shit.
Yeah, I got rid of that shit quickly. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, I know his game.
Okay, so to be fair, they're in 9th, tied with Royal Ravens actually, and only 5 behind Thieves. The scary part about these standings, I wanted to address maybe at the end of us talking about all the teams, but let's just talk about it now since we're here, is how tight the race is. Like one win,
10 points.
No, one win at 8th or 9th puts you at 5th.
Yeah.
One win at 10th or 11th puts you at 8th. Thieves might very well end up being in the old Carolina position we used to talk about. They may end up making champs by 5 or losing out to champs by 5. So I know we like to say ROKKR's out of the top, but bro, realistically, it's 10 points and not just ROKKR, for anyone really. You win one match online. This stage is the most important stage of COD for, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. All of them fighting for those 4 slots. And, some people are actually not going to make champs by 5 to 10 points, and it's going to be tragic at the end of this stage.
I will say this. If ROKKR don't make champs, that might be the biggest choke of champs runs I've seen.
Yeah.
How long have they had? How long have they had? Like, they've had points on people as well. Like the time when we used to have this argument, Ace, they were up like 40.
Well, after Major 1, they came top 4. They picked up like 50 points for that probably.
Mm-hmm.
But like their record has just been pretty dog. I mean, look at them. They're 9 and 19.
Yeah.
They basically have the same record as Gorillas. And Gorillas are dog shit, like, let's be real. Like, they ain't making champs if they don't make a roster change, and they're not making one, so they're chalked. Boston ain't making it, regardless.
No,
Vegas, I think, could with Johnny still.
The scary part about the ROKKR situation is that through 2 stages, I want to see the exact number, but through 2 online stages, let's see how many matches they've won through 2 online stages, okay? Because this is what it's been.
They won 2 last time, didn't they?
So they've won 2 Major 3 and 1 last. They've won 3 matches in 2 stages online. And their only win at the last tournament was against Boston. So 4 matches in 2 stages is horrendous work. So when we talk about the biggest choke of this year, I mean, I can't say I'm necessarily opposed to that thought. You've had chances to win against Boston, Thieves, Miami. You lost to LAG at Major 2. You lost to LAG, you lost to Carolina, and then you lost to Seattle. So it could very well be the biggest choke of a champs run possible. Upcoming this stage, they got Toronto, Subliners, and OpTic for 3 weeks in a row. Everyone else is beatable. So you just got to win maybe 2 out of the 4. Try to make winners with 2 or 3 matches, because that's what it's been this year. You win 3 matches online, you're in winners. And win 1 series on LAN, you made champs. But if you don't, going from 5th the whole year to not making champs at the end, that's a conversation that's going to be had for many years about this year's ROKKR team.
At least they used to be Game 5 merchants, and now they can't even win one of them.
They can't even get
What's
there.
kind of nice though about this is that at Major 4, that losers round 1 is gonna be pretty crazy, because it's gonna be all the teams playing each other for champs pretty much.
Yeah.
Don't say that, Austin,
because
because I might have to start watching COD again.
yeah, I mean literally that round 1's gonna be the best losers round 1 of the year, because they're all gonna be fighting for champs, and then whoever plays Boston is probably gonna have a free lick.
I fell asleep
The
at the
crowd's
major.
going to be
Austin.
going insane, you know.
That's
what I mean?
the one
Like,
thing that does
crowd's
suck, is
gonna
there's
be
not gonna be a
buzzing.
crowd for it though. That's
I
kind of
fell Austin. I fell asleep at the major.
Oh yeah. Have you seen?
Multiple times.
Have you seen this picture? Have you seen this picture?
No.
Well, let's take a deep dive
You
into.
fell asleep like during the watch party?
Just wait.
Oh, on stream.
Just
Yeah.
wait.
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
MW3 Austin, bro. Like, come on, man.
Oh my
I
god.
nearly fell asleep on Friday, though. I'm
Which
not gonna lie.
matches were it?
Some of those games on
going
Friday.
This was
my eyes
this was on
were-
this was on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you were just okay. You just stayed up late then.
That's a trade problem, though. Yeah, they ain't a match problem.
Yeah. This was definitely comedy to see this man fall asleep. But
OpTic were playing too. Wow, the game
You
must
like my
suck.
reply?
yeah, yeah, and then Rav's reply, "Fuck." It was an amazing.
Yeah. Yo, Ayan said trade packing low key. That's the first thing I said to Ace when he sent me that photo. I said, "Yo, post that. I got a bold."
Yeah, no, this is a good picture, but overall,
Trey's dreaming about winning IW Stage 1 playoffs, I think.
but finalizing the thought on ROKKR, yeah, I don't know. People are speaking about a change needs to be made, but realistically, who you drop Lamar, who you getting? Who makes them significantly better? That makes them in respawns contest. He's their highest damage dealer in hardpoint, actually. S&D, Standy's carrying, and they tend to win their S&Ds. Control, I mean, besides Gunless, everyone's pretty much having a stinker. So you replace Lamar, I don't know who you replace him with. Let's say you take out one of the subs. You can't take out Standy doing too well in S&D. Linz is their cornerstone. They're in a really tough place to be in. It's kind of like a Boston. It's kind of like the Boston situation in a sense. You're kind of stuck with creating a roster that can work while the org is not going to let you release, their cornerstone rookie. So it's potato in this case. I don't know what they do, but just win some matches online. Get it together, win some matches online, and make a win 3, get the winners, get the champs. Done. Very simple.
Austin, like, respectfully, if they do knock on the door, I mean, are we doing it?
I mean, yeah, of course I would play.
Yeah, motherfucker,
anyone
you
hit me up,
doing it?
Like, of course I'm playing. But I think, like, what we were saying earlier is just too quick of a turnaround for a lot of these teams. Like, you play next week. Dude, Trey's a moron. The thing about it for me, too, is, like, I mean, with the new maps being added in, I would have a week to learn those new maps, which is kind of pushing it. I mean, I think I could do it. If there's anybody who could do it, it'd be me, probably. But, it'd be a quick turnaround. I would say yeah, though, of course. Like, I'm trying to play. Like, that's what I'm trying to do every day, pretty much. So,
Okay.
but I just don't see it happening for this year.
I mean, we're guaranteed 2 S&D wins with you anyway. No, guaranteed.
yeah, as long as I get some people who can play off some damn info, then yeah, we'll win some searches.
Ooh.
But if you give me people who have all the info and still don't know what to do, then it's fucking hell, we're fucked.
Speaking on an interesting little graphic and people that I saw, dude, this might be one of the top 5 graphics ever posted in CDL history. I'm not kidding.
Okay, like, when I saw this, and Gersh told us on the watch party that Cellium had literally messaged him the night before to say, hey, I need something for when we absolutely slap up New York tomorrow. I was so convinced that FaZe were winning the event. Like, they're that confident that Cell is just preparing graphics when they shit on teams.
Night before.
Night before, I was like, there's no way. And that's Cell doing that. I was like, there's no way they're winning this shit. They're full of confidence. But,
I mean,
Sunday
so,
pays.
I mean, so was shooting bodies when they were getting clapped.
To be fair, yeah, that's
They were down 2-0 on a high-rise control. I think they were down 2-0 in the control too. And he was still shooting bodies, and they came back and won 3-2, I think.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck about it. He was shooting no matter what happened. So I think this was kind of crazy. Speaking of the series, let's jump to that. Let's jump to the actual, that actual FaZe series, because I think it was, it was interesting. It spoke a lot on both parties' ends, where New York's at, where FaZe is at, and then ultimately them losing to Toronto. What do we think about FaZe in that series, and also just generally, what do we think about NYSL? Austin, I'm definitely curious to hear your thoughts about NYSL throughout the season and what's made them so inconsistent and unable to really crack the top 3 spot and really solidify them in that 4th spot.
They're such a tough team. I don't know. I feel like they have all the right pieces. Just for whatever reason, I don't know why, something is not like meshing with them. Like they can't seem to get all 4 people playing to that, like their full capability at the same time. Someone is struggling, whether it be one of the subs, one of the ARs. Like someone is kind of struggling, and I don't know what it is. A lot of people were saying Dante was like the problem. He's not playing well, but I mean Dante's a shooter, bro. So like, I don't think he's just not shooting well. Like there's
But even
something
when he's
else.
playing well,
There's still exactly.
yeah.
Didn't
Like,
he
had a
play
good
really
event.
well at the event?
Yeah, he had a really good event.
Yeah,
and
so
they-
like then still something is going. Like I just feel like as a team they're not meshing for whatever reason. Which it could just be like it could be a practicing, or it could just be for whatever reason this 4 is just not it. Like that happens too.
mean-
Like there's good teams with good 4 players that you put together, and just for whatever reason it just doesn't work. Like, and maybe that's this type of situation. I don't know, but I can't get a good read on it. It just seems to me like it's just not working, and I don't know why. Because Dante's really good.
They turn into Thanos breaking hills. Once they break it, Stevie Wonder on the sticks.
Yeah, it's an objective thing too. I think that's a good point because like people are always ragging on them for like outslaying a lot to win. So it kind of seems like the fundamentals aren't there. But from what we know about New York, like the coaching, like all this, like they take practice very seriously. Like they do all these things. So like, why is it not? You know what I mean? Why are they not improving? Why is it not translating? Like they could be doing all the things right, and it could just be what I said. Like the 4 players for whatever reason just don't make a good team. Like they're still good, but you know what I mean, like good enough to win.
Yeah, it's such a weird team in the sense that like if you look at the league standings, it basically doesn't matter what happens from here to the end of the year, they're 4th. Like even if they win the next event and they go 7-0 in the qualifiers, they'll be 4th. And if they lose everything and get top 12, they'll end up 4th. Like they're just in this weird spot where they have talent, which is not dissimilar in some regard to the top teams, but they just don't have what the top teams have. But they have enough talent that they can just shit on the other teams most of the time. I just don't think Kismet's very good at this game. I think, like, there's a bit of a nickname. I ain't gonna say it again. Maybe I will at some point.
Just
If
say
you
it,
give me
bro.
enough time. Okay,
Nah,
people
just
been
say
right. They've been calling him Pismet, and I didn't want to say it, but I said it on stream, and then it's kind of stuck. And people are saying it in chat already. People are talking about 150 HP cards, 100 HP card, all this stuff. Very interesting with Kiss, right? Because he was in the league in MW19, on the Paris Legion, and honestly, an otherworldly miracle that he managed to go to challenges and work his way back into the league after playing for Paris. Like, incredible respect. He comes back in on the subliners because Havoc turns down the chance during Vanguard, does a stellar job for the next couple of seasons, plays well with Hydra. But also that year, like, they had Hydra, who's insane, and they had Krim, one of the, winningest player ever. The year after in MW2, they win everything with Kiz, but Hydra's like one of the best versions of COD players I've literally ever seen. And it's still kind of true for Hydra in some respects, but, they changed up their system. And I just don't know if Kiz is the best duo. Like, there's too many maps where Kiz goes like double neck. And I'm like, you just can't have that against the standard that we have in the league currently. I don't think that's necessarily like a fundamental skill thing, but I do think that of the top teams, Kismet is the weakest SMG, probably by quite some margin. And I think at some point that is going to cost you, even just because the other teams have got better now, maybe.
I just don't think, like, I do agree Kiz has obviously not had the best year, or you know, he's not looking like old Kiz. But I also don't think, like Austin says, this four has so much talent, they should be in the contention for winning events. And I'm not blaming Sib, I just think the team just doesn't work with Sib. I think Sib's unbelievable and he'd get picked up by anyone, like, if he got dropped. Well, obviously with some, you would not like OpTic or FaZe or anything like that, but I think Priest should have just helped Kiz out and made him a better player. I think on this team, Kiz just doesn't. Something isn't right with Kiz on this team where Sib's joined and it's made him like way worse. Fundamentally, anyway. I don't know what because I watched this New York team play hardpoint and I gotta close my eyes.
I just don't know if they'd still be that good if they kept Priest. They wouldn't be as good as last year.
Yeah, I was gonna go over, like, that was kind of my notion as well. I think the game notion is big here. Like, being good at a sound whore, no red dot type of game is kind of a red flag in a sense, because it once people have red dots, you don't need to, like, the call outs don't matter as much. I'm sure if you heard New York's comms, which we have, they're very good. They communicate really well. They're calling out everything. The map is known, but necessarily strategy and having that team with Priesta, I don't know if that would make a huge difference here when Kismet, this major, right? Major 3, Major 1, he was at a 0.92. Major 2, 1.02. Big improvement, Major 2. And they had a lot of potential. Remember, that's when they went. I think they didn't lose only lost 1 or nothing online. And then Major 3, they actually, it comes out again with a 0.9. Worst split by far. And the other thing to worry about, too, is that even online, they don't look like the same team. If you look at the standings for Major 3, they actually came 5th, 20 points below LAT even. So it clearly has been detrimental throughout the year. A lot of other subs and teams have gotten better. And I think we've just seen a gradual decline in a COD like this that takes more strategic skill and less, the comms matter just a little bit less.
I mean,
so and squad spawns and a different version of squad spawns.
Kiz has been good in every game he's played.
What?
Kiz has been good in every single COD he's played, bar this one. And there's only one denominator. Like, they just won champs, and he was literally like MVP form in the finals, and at champs he was one of the best subs in the game. So I'm telling you, he just the system that he's in right now with
I think
the
it's a confidence thing with him as well.
Well, yeah, for sure, he's getting
I kind of
pissed
see
on.
it in his body language.
Yeah, he's not having the greatest games because I feel like the team's not meshing well. So he feels like he probably has to do a lot more. I mean, you see him run around the map, Austin. They look a bit lost in hardpoint sometimes. I don't want to like put you on the spot, but like, they don't play hardpoint fundamentally right at all.
That's kind of what I'm saying though, and I feel like the community nowadays has this big like. We've been kind of like led astray with like making teams, in my opinion, like where we just need to just stack as much talent as we can on a roster, and bam, we're gonna have a top 4 team. And that's not always the case. Like sometimes it could be a little bit less of a talented team because, dude, talent in COD can only take you so far. If I'm in a heady and I see you first, I might not shoot as straight as you, but I'm killing you. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, the teamwork and team play and the team makeup is so important, and I feel like we've kind of lost that in the past few years, and we just think like, oh, we just need to get this as much talent as we can on this roster, and bam, it's gonna work. And I think this is kind of a prime example of that not being the case. Like, this team got more talented, and they probably regressed a little bit. Although New York last year, they won 3 events, but they did have some like rough patches as well. But like, yeah, I agree with you. The game does also play a factor. I think that is something that's not mentioned enough in COD, because I think some players are better at 150 health, some players are worse at 150 health. Like, that is a thing. But I mean, for a New York team, like, usually you don't say that about those type of players, that, oh, it's because of the game. Like, the top tier players are usually good at every COD because they're top tier players, right? So I think it's just a team thing. For whatever reason, like you said, they look lost. So to me, that's just the team makeup. They're not on the same page for whatever reason. They're just not meshing.
Somebody said NY is 2-man ARs. No, they don't.
No, yeah, Dante's not a main AR.
Yeah, nice try, brother.
I will say this: everyone thinks there's roles in COD. Like, motherfucker, there's 2 ARs and 2 subs. Like, it, you can. I mean, Austin, you know for a fact in games like this, especially, you could probably have 2 main ARs. Like, it don't matter. As long as you're a professional player, move on the map when you need to move and stop when you need to stop.
Yeah, everyone needs to be able to do everything, bro. A sub needs to be able to block a spawn. A sub needs to be able to push out. A sub needs to be able to hold the pinch. ARs need to be able to do all that as well. Like, if you can't do everything, the team's just not going to work. Like, the best teams, every player can do anything depending on the situation they put in.
Yeah, you're never going to see a Shotzzy or a Cellium or a, whoever being like, oh, I didn't know how to do that because I'm only a main AR. What?
Yeah, like if Shotzzy spawns up and he has to block the spawn, he's gonna block the spawn. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Same thing is like if Dashy's in the front of the line, he needs to push out. Like it doesn't matter if Dashy's the main AR, he's in the front. Like it's just the way the game. That's the best way to play COD, and it always has been that way, and it always will be that way.
The only time it's never been that way is Black Ops 2, which is funny to me.
I was about to say, yeah.
I think if everyone, I think if everyone pushed that narrative out the way though, Austin, like, because back then everyone was so like, right, we need an anchor, we need an OBJ. And we need 2 fucking people to get some kills.
It was just the way the maps worked, and like, the spawns and like trophies and shit.
But I think if you COD's changed so much now, Austin, because like you look at it back then, I feel like if you literally scrap that and everyone just done what they needed to do, I feel like teams would be way much better than back then.
Oh yeah,
too.
for sure. That's just the way COD was played back then. Because then in MW2 and stuff, you had an OBJ player. Like they'd have to run lightweight, extreme conditioning. Other people would run stopping power. Like. That's the way COD was, but then like after BO2 is when it kind of started evolving to where people
even
were like
Ghost though, like TP and Nade Shot, like TP was just getting on the domination point every night.
Bro, Blitz Nade played to never get a kill.
And he did very well at doing that. He did very well at doing that.
Nade literally played to go like 10 times negative on Blitz just to get some caps.
That's actually funny too, because like that was the era I was kind of coming up in, and I was kind of learning the game like at the top level. And like when I was seeing like some of the way these COD pros are going about it, it didn't like logically make sense to me in a lot of ways. And I was always of the mind of, bro, if I'm the anchor but I'm in the front of the line, I'm not running behind everyone to go block the spawn. Like it just doesn't make sense to me.
I think it's so funny. Like you go back and watch old Black Ops 2 videos now, it was just Clay, Haggy. They'd spawn up at 50 and just dash. No one else goes. No one else goes. It was the main AR all the time, and he just went. No matter, you'd be like, oh, the sub's got to go first. Now, fuck it. If Clay's alive in the hill at 30, dies at 15, Clay's off spawn first, rotating 2, because he's the anchor. Like
the anchor, like as a term, it just completely died. Like even in Black Ops 3, people used to talk about anchoring, but after Black Ops 3, like, kind of died.
Yeah, people
for good reason, but like,
people learned to play COD properly. That you didn't need to do any of that stuff. So, speaking of playing properly, we have another drama. We have the little man drama, as it's been dubbed, big man, little man drama. We'll start with after NYSL beat Seattle Surge to knock them out. Dante, he wins the battle of the little man on LAN and decides to tweet out. Let me clear my throat real quick. Fucking dog shit. I run that org. Have fun on your flight home, shit stains. Hashtag drowned them out. Quote tweeting the 04 stop costing your team little man tweet. And then follows up with, don't forget who made you at Seattle Surge. They end up replying, thanks.
They did cook him here, right? Good.
Yeah, thanks. We won't, with the picture of AG holding the trophy, and they ratioed him getting 10,000 likes in the process. Reactions from the panel.
Rambo Ray cooked.
We might need a Rambo tweet check actually after this story.
Yeah, we do. Seattle.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite part of the show, honestly. It seems just had a good showing. Is Ray tweeted? No. He's just got dropped. Look at unlucky bro. Unfortunately.
Did he tweet? Wait, Nick says he tweeted.
No.
Oh, he did?
We have a Rambo. There's no way we have a new Rambo retweet. It was good drama though, to be fair, between the two of them. But Sib genuinely, like, someone on his own
we
might need
do
to talk shit to him or something, because this guy Sib genuinely leveled up his play. Like, he was not going to lose his testes that series. So he actually locked in and played really well this weekend. So fair play to that one. 04, I actually really rate him as a player, but he's just one of those guys that's a bit too vulnerable to getting absolutely pissed on, like, statistically. But I think he actually makes the right decision, like, a lot. In terms of rookies, 04 has really good decision making. from what I watched of him. So I've been quite impressed on both sides. But yeah, the way I see it is Sib is the medium man, as are the entire New York. You got the big men, FaZe, OpTic, Toronto. You got the medium men, which is one team, and then you got the little men. Everyone below them is the little man. So unfortunately, O4 is now in the little man category.
We've got a report straight from Rambo Ray's Twitter. We have a report. We have a live tweet. Happy birthday, man. Wish you continued success casting and tons of holdouts on the track. That is responding to I Hold Shift.
This doesn't count. This don't count, by the way. This isn't a tweet.
Also,
Wait, you did a real tweet?
No, these are replies. Also, what had no idea, broski? I'm gonna teach you how to play golf as a B-Day gift. Happy B-Day, my guy. 2 birthday tweets in a matter of 3 days. And one of them included a sport that is not COD. God bless. Here we are. Rambo Ray's Twitter, everybody.
He did a normal tweet. People are saying he actually tweeted about the game.
Listen, replying does not count. Replying does not count. I have to see an actual tweet from my goat.
Oh, we do right here. That was an insane performance. At Shotzzy, Fred, Dashy, Quavo. He doesn't even talk about his own team.
Fuck off. He's just living off the OpTic juice. I see you, Ray.
That's actually crazy that he just impression farmed 4K likes, but he won't tweet out his own team getting top 6. Actually,
wait, 04 is in the chat. Hello, 04.
04 is here?
Yeah, 04 is in the chat.
04, Dad Don.
What's up, brother?
04, what's the crack with Ray not tweeting?
Could you tell him to tweet something, please?
Yeah, just like a good stage, or like 04's the GOAT, or shout out 04 for turning us around for champs.
Wait, 04, brother, did you have to call your mom or something? Because I heard they don't let little men on the plane anymore. Are you okay? You good? What happened, brother?
I'm just letting you know, 04.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Us three do not condone this behavior.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
No. I interviewed 04. I interviewed 04.
Just click straight off this shit.
He knows I'm joking. He knows I'm playing. He knows I'm playing.
There goes 04 hopping on our show. Cheers, Ace. Well, there's another guy that's not coming on. So now we've got Drazah and 04. Cheers, Ace.
Nah, hey man, I'm playing. But actually though. Yeah, what is it with does Ray have like a policy against tweeting? Does he have a policy against like PR and stuff? He said I tip it. I told you, 04 is not that kind of guy, man. He's solid. He's solid.
Yeah, he's just told Rambo to never fuck with you again. Like,
nah, Rambo's cool. I've walked by Rambo. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
You've walked by him. You've walked by him.
Yeah, I didn't get I didn't get swung at. I didn't get swung at. So I'm good.
Get an autograph or something.
He's walked past him. Yeah, he's chill. Good dude.
Yeah, solid guy. But speaking of,
didn't even look at me. But,
speaking back on Seattle and just the battle itself, what do we think about Seattle showing this event? I feel like they looked a lot more glued together, and on LAN, 04 was piecing. Someone said his Slayer rating was insane. All I know is in Search, 04 literally looks like he has radar on when he plays Search. Yeah,
it's kind of like remember when Big Weight came in and he would just never make a wrong decision. People thought he was hacking.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he had the start glitch, didn't he? Let's be real. But I4's done a great job. I think the team looks better than I expected them to on LAN. Like, respectfully, I thought they might be onliners. And I don't know, they did well. The Ravens series to me was actually impressive. And the fact that they won map 1 against New York. I know that after that it went downhill, but they did kind of smoke them on the 6-star. They do play with a lot of pace, right? I mean, they're kind of similar to Miami in some way. The way that they just are absolutely everywhere. Abuser's so much better on the AR, man. Like, this is probably why Rambo doesn't tweet. It's because he knows all his replies will be saying, why the fuck did you have Abuser on a sub at the start of the year? Like, what are we doing here?
What you're saying is, what you're saying, Rab, shock horror that the guy was one of the best players in challenges in AR, got picked up and said, you're using a sub, and then turned out to not be good on the sub. Are you shocked?
I mean, I can't say I'm shocked.
But he's got. I mean, it's so the difference is so vast. He's gone from a player that's been in the.
He had a 1.15 this event, 5th highest KD.
No. I was gonna say beyond that. I would argue that there was a point where throughout the year people were saying like drop him, right? He went from very droppable, looking like a bust, to being on his proper role, and now back in the conversation of Rookie of the Year. The difference is so massive with the Booza. And even 04, honestly, even though he's been a little up and down, I think for me personally, he's in the top 5 rookies of the year for sure. And going into the close of stage 4 and into champs, I think he has a possibility to make it to the top 3 rookies this year.
He could be rookie of the year. He just beat Gwyn this event.
To be fair, Arnoff in the chat just had a good he just came up with a good thing in the chat, basically saying Illy and Alec decision rather than a Ray decision. But this is what I hate about COD. I hate this thing about COD is that I feel like the coach just doesn't have a say if that's the case. We know coaches don't really have a say on roster changes, you know, unless it's Boston where the management kick you out. Ain't that right, Austin? You know.
Oh my God.
But this is my point about you know, if Abuser gets picked up for being one of the best ARs in the league, then that's just one of those things where it's just a bad roster move where you've picked up Illy, who's an AR, Alec, who's an AR, and then you go and pick Abuser up, who's an AR too. Like, that don't make no sense to me. And then to whack him on a sub and hope it works, like...
I mean, Illy and Arstes didn't bloody draft the contracts, did they, to sign these guys? Like, it's got to be the GM that takes responsibility for the roster.
No. We can't cheese that out, though, because players definitely, at least in the start of the season for sure, have some crafting of their team that's happening. I'm sure Alec...
I mean, they were always going to be a team of 2, so it's like, you know, you didn't have to pick them both up, that's what I'm saying.
No, I know, but
the team's better for not doing so.
Blaming Anonymous Mr. Jones, the fucking Seattle GM, makes no sense when it's definitely the players who are advocating for this roster, this group. Someone has the keys, as been stated in here before. Like, somebody has the keys for sure. On that squad, it's going to be the vets. It's going to be Alec. It's going to be Illy at the time. And Hookah at the time as well. I mean, there's a lot of guys on that team who definitely could add a bigger say. But I'm glad to see
Austin, yeah, what do you
shine.
think about Hook? Your former teammate, obviously been up and down with him in both your careers. A player that's still a bit of an enigma to me, but he's been playing very well online, and I don't know, I think he was their best player for some period, and now he's on this team that seems to be improving, so it's cool to see.
I mean, I feel like it's tough to get a read on a lot of these players on this team because they've been in such a weird situation the whole year, right? So it's like hard to like. I feel like when you're in a diabolical team like that, like you can't expect anyone to be like playing like to their full potential. And I feel like Kyler's like had moments of being okay and then moments of not being so good. I just feel like it's tough to say because he's in such a weird predicament. But I will say now that I think the team probably looks the best it's looked since Major 1 when like Ender was going crazy. But it seems more now to be like a collective than rather than just Ender taking over. So I will say that now's their best chance to make something happen. They're looking like maybe one of the teams that could potentially be that 5th, 6th best team. And yeah, they played well at the event for the most part. And I'm not that surprised because like I told you guys a month or 2 ago, my original plan was to pick up 04. He's a good S&D kid. Clearly he's bringing some sort of something to this team. And yeah, I expect him to continue to get better with more respawn reps because he seems like he's a smart kid. So
imagine a roster. Just let's play the scenario out for a second here. Imagine a roster. You know, Austin lit a goat. You know, you got Priesta. You got 04 on the squad. I don't know, man. That roster in S&D, what it seems like it would have been absolute slaughter gang. You know, taking down kids in S&D pretty badly. What could have been? What could have been?
Yeah, like I said, I think if you know how to play S&D, you can easily learn how to play hardpoint and control. And obviously from playing S&D 8s and stuff like that, he seems to know the game mode pretty well. So it's not really that surprising for me to see them do a little bit better with getting him.
Yeah.
I mean, you got my dog, Capsule in there too. Oh, and Dan
Dan
Ghosty.
Ghosty in here as well.
Yo.
Cap asking if Opal's been PR trained. I hope not. If they ever ask you for any PR training, say no.
Absolutely, yeah. Deny it. Don't let it happen.
I am the Breaker Point team.
Nah, guys, you're mandatory PR training, you go through it, and then guess what? You just fucking ignore everything they've said and just do the complete opposite. Because they don't find you these days, from what I've heard. You know, as long as you don't tweet out anything that's going to get you cancelled, hey, be yourself, man.
I had a question, 04, if you're still in the chat, by the way. I was trying to figure this out. What is your background? Like, what is your ethnic background? Because I think your last name is Rodriguez. What is your ethnic background? We were trying to figure this out on stream, and some of the people in the chat were trying to figure that out. Just curiosity here. But if someone...
He's good. Federal.
No, not federal. Just very curious, because I said...
social security number, too.
What is your bank account, and what is the 3 digits security code on the back of your card? Let's put that in the chat real quick. The big old Dan Ghosty in the chat. Dan, you're also... Guys, the funny part about this is Dan is literally right there. Dan is one room over from me, right there. So
Wait, why didn't Dan come say hi? Dan,
I don't know.
come say hi.
I don't know. Dan, you're right there. Oh, he's Puerto
He
Rican.
is Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay.
As speculated.
Chat said Dominican or Puerto Rican. But there we go. But Dan, you're right there. If you want to come say hi, dog. You're one room away from me. Yeah. But Seattle, upcoming matches. Let's talk about that a little bit here, right? We kind of know how they performed, obviously. They had potential here. Looks very high. It looks like they're starting to click. Here are their upcoming matches, right? They start off kind of in a not the greatest start, but Toronto Ultra first, ROKKR, Subliners, Boston, Legion, Heretics, Gorillas. One of the easiest schedules of this stage for any team.
They're gonna run some of these teams online.
Yeah, I think
like the way these guys play. And I was actually talking about with the Ravens guys, like the Carolina boys seem to have a bit of a mental block against this team. Apparently, even in scrims, they get like shit on and stuff, and online they just have a hard time. And I guess they thought on LAN it would be different, but the way that they play seems to just annoy other teams, which is a great way to play if that's what happens. And they just play at a pace that some of these guys just cannot keep up with. Like them against this current ROKKR team is going to be comedy. I mean, they played at this major, to be fair, so we saw it in action, but they play again online in a couple of weeks. I think they're easily good enough to win like 4 of these games.
I've got them winning 5.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I've got them winning. I've got them winning 5.
Surge Miami would be like a bang.
Can we peep the chat of what's going on here? 04, Dan and Gwyn locking in together, calling each other twins. We got a Tatch popping in, say, hey, Dan Ghosty. There's collusion happening in the goddamn dope check chat right now. People gotta peep in there. Intel gang, okay? I'm sorry to cut you guys off, but there's some collusion happening here. That's all I gotta say.
Well, the issue is that now we can't say anything bad
screenshot
about
some
it.
of this shit.
we can't say it.
We can't say anything bad about that team anymore. Hey guys, you're all fucking.
No, I mean
You're great.
that group of 4 is pretty goated. I'm not gonna lie. Gwyn, Ghosty, Attach, and 04. That's kind of a goaty group. I have nothing bad to say about that group, to be honest.
I mean, I did put 3 of those. I did put 3 of those in my who could beat a top 4 team outside the top 4 teams. So.
And I know the one you didn't, and I still wanna. We still gotta talk about that one for a second now. And you had to apologize.
04?
Nah, it was Attach. You remember?
Well, I had like 5 or 6.
Oh, now you're stumbling over your words. I hear you.
Well, no, because I took like multiple ARs out because I wanted Beans in there because I needed some EU, legends.
Man, you're cheesing for the Beans one, man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's my dog. That's a guaranteed.
Drop the Supermax apparently.
That's a guaranteed control win from my boy Beans. So,
but
I've actually got Surge winning 5 of these matches and beating. I've got them either losing to like a Miami or something like that whilst beating New York. I don't know. I feel like 04. I feel like he's got some beef to settle with Sib, and I can see a tweet coming back.
Oh yeah, they play again. I'm buzzing.
Yeah, it's not quite Drazah and Scrap, but it's close.
It's the little man. You know what I mean? Like you got the big men that take it serious on the Sunday, and then you got the little men battle on the Friday evening or maybe the Saturday.
Yeah, you've got the main event, and you've got the
the undercard. Like, yeah, I like that.
So, one other thing to note as well that I just noticed is kind of crazy. Surge are 6. They're tied for the fifth place spot. 5 of those matches are winnable. That would put them at 180, even 170. As we know, the cutoff mark right now to make champs is around 155 to 160. So if they win 3 matches, Seattle Surge lock champs. So they go from a team that we kind of collectively on this show thought weren't going to even make it with their different roster and how they were going to now potentially taking over that 5th spot and being, right under New York for that 4th place spot. It's kind of an insane turnaround for their season all the way around. It's kind of amazing.
What do we think about Ravens as well? Because I thought this Ravens team was going to make a run this event. I think they should be better than Surge on LAN personally, but they just couldn't get the job done. And they're not going to make a move because, their roster's pretty solid. Fellow was frying on LAN, which is great to see.
My issue is just the online portion.
Yeah, but bro, come on. Surely we get a top 6 at some point.
I bring Austin into this conversation because I know how much he loves online COD. I know how much Austin loves online COD.
Yeah, my favorite.
How important are these online matches, especially for this Major 4? Like, these are going to be crazy.
I still think somehow that online is more important than LAN.
Oh, 100% it is.
Which is insane. They're like, they bamboozled us at the beginning of the season, bro. I swear. They're like, oh, land's gonna be worth more points, like blah blah blah, all this, and then now we're playing 7 online matches. So how is it worth more points? Like, unless you're like getting top 3, it's not worth more points. And
Yeah, I mean,
outside
if you're
of the
getting
top 4,
if
nobody's.
if you're going 0 and 7 online and getting top 3, maybe that might help you out. But
Yeah,
other than
but
that,
like,
it's still the
bro,
same old
like
bullshit, bro.
online is still more important. You play 7 matches, every match is 10 points. You also qualify for winners bracket off online. So like, I don't
Of
know.
the bottom
It's-
teams, the vast majority of their points are online points.
Exactly. So like, bro, this is just dumb. Online should be worth damn near no points in my opinion. Everyone should be in a double elim bracket somehow. And yeah, land should be where it all matters.
Do you reckon any point should be online? I swear you should just qualify for winners bracket online, bro.
I think we should just be playing online 2Ks online. Just
Yeah,
for like
something like-
content,
yeah.
like something like not a big deal. Have a little bit more LAN events, you know, more than 4. And yeah, do it like how we used to, like the CWO, like back when it was like, you know, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Hear me out, Austin. All right, so obviously we'll get. What about online matches, Austin, for seeding? Let's say we expand to 16 teams. Yeah. Online matches for seeding into 4 groups of 4 for a LAN event. How we used to do it back in the CWO days. Obviously, you get pot A, pot B, pot C, pot D, and then you get seeded into those teams. You make out of groups, and we play the tournament, and you get your points from there. Opinions?
That's how it should be done.
I think that because obviously you get the group, you get the group hype too, of fuck we're third. We've got to beat this team 3-1 to make it. If we go last map, that's fucking boring. We lose.
And also, if you do it like that, if you do like a 2K on Saturday, Sunday, you have a guaranteed weekend of top teams playing each other every weekend.
And I know the pros would rather do that than fucking scrim for fucking on a Saturday and then do warm ups on a Sunday. You know?
Oh, you're not even scrimming during the match days. You're doing warm ups. Like it's literally a waste of time if you're not playing on that day. So like exactly, like just play a 2K.
You got to warm a team up. You got to warm a team up, and you got to play the same 2 maps for a fucking hour and a half, 2 hours straight.
Yeah, it's dumb. But yeah, I don't know. This team, I mean, I don't know why they're. I mean, I guess I kind of get it. Actually, online is way different. But it's surprising to me that Tyler Fellow used to be an onliner back in my day, way long time ago. Nowadays, he's a Lanimal, bro. He's completely done a 180. This guy used to be Mr. Min Map with an MV4 on IW, running my world online. I'm like, bro, it's not gonna work on LAN. Now he's Mr. Consistent on LAN. I feel like obviously he was probably their best player on LAN this last event.
Wait. We need him to sort it out, though. You know?
Yeah, find a middle ground.
We need the best of both worlds here because
yeah,
he's fucking unbelievable on LAN. Goes to online where he's dominant. And
what's their schedule looking like though?
Got you. Well, funny enough too, I want to say that on when he came to the couch himself, he even said that this is the first time in his career that it's been the other way. He was mentioning exactly how you said it, that he was an onliner for the longest time, and for the first time in his career it's switched up and he doesn't know how it happened. Has no idea.
Dude, it's so weird. I think with his age now, he's become a little bit more wise in his old age, I guess.
Oh man,
now he's the Lanimal.
All you fucking old men are just Lanimals these days, bro.
Once you get older, Austin, LAN seems to be the forte.
Nah, see, it was like that for me even when I was 18 because, you know, as a young 18-year-old kid, I was still a wise young man, so I knew how to hold an L trigger.
I started getting better at LAN when I got fat.
Hey, that also worked for me. Damn, them Dr. Peppers were hitting, bro. I was diffy on LAN.
Yeah, full fat Coke and a hot dog before finals. That was my go-to.
Yeah.
I said, yo, I need some food. They're like, do you want a protein bar? Do you want some? No, I'd like a hot dog and a slice of pizza, please.
See, their schedule's looking kind of. Their schedule's kind of difficult, in my opinion.
Yeah, they got a difficult one. They got a very difficult one.
They literally have
that's
to win.
a fucking. Yo,
they literally have
actually.
to win the LAG and Boston matches and then beat at least Miami or LAT.
Miami ain't an easy game online either.
Yeah, I know.
Bro, this is one of the hardest schedules I've ever seen in my life.
That is rough.
Bro, this is the schedule to make. Yo, this is a schedule to make champs, bro. Hang on, I'm gonna do a cross for you, Clay. Holy shit!
They literally have to start out hot, in my opinion, and kind of smoke LAG. Like, I need a Gwyn masterclass this stage for this team to make it.
Gwyn's still in the chat. It's time to Gotta step it up this stage.
What-
That's why
Gwyn's
like,
got-
they just beat Surge on land that have been chilling.
I will
Hey,
say
Gwyn-
too, I feel like with this team, nobody's really been talking about it, but I feel like Tej has been a low-key sleeper good player this year.
Yeah,
He's been
it's
pretty
just-
solid for them.
yeah.
It's the issue. The issue is that he's just been consistent, and Gwyn takes over for them online, and then Fellow takes over for them. So like he's
But I
just
feel like Tej,
consistently
I mean, I
there.
don't know what his stats are looking like, but I feel like he's been a pretty high impact like player for them. Like in terms of like across all modes, he's been playing pretty well. He's not like taking over maps, but he's not like losing the maps either. He's playing well. Like he's allowing, like facilitating, doing what he needs to do. And I feel like
I mean,
nobody's
his
really talking about him.
S&D stats are crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, he's always
This
good at
stage has
search.
been cooking.
Yeah.
20
His
20
S&D stats are crazy.
24 bloods across Major 3, most of their team. 1.29, highest S&D KD on the team. And he has 20, he's planted the bomb 20 times for them. So,
Tej is always gonna be good at S&D. He's an
No,
S&D star.
also had the best overall split of the year, this split, with the 1.0 versus a .96 and a .97. So, he's improving throughout the year, and he's a critical piece of why they are actually successful and teams have trouble beating them. Because they're
But
pretty
even like with .96, .97, like the way he plays, that's like pretty good stats. Like he's kind of like an Abeezy-ish play style, like where he's just kind of running at you in a sense, not to the sense of Abeezy, but he's that entry SMG role usually, kind of just running at you. So like if he's putting up a .95 to 1 or even higher, like he's usually being pretty impactful in my opinion. And I think this year he's honestly been kind of a sleeper for outside of the top 4 sub players. Like I don't think he's like by far the best in the bottom 8 teams, but he's been in that top for sure, in my opinion.
And at LAN, he had at this event he had a 1.03. So
Yeah.
decent event all the way around. I think for them the key is going to be, unfortunately, it kind of goes always back to this guy, and it's always on his back a bit, but it's how Gwyn plays for Major 4, and if Felony can translate his work on LAN into online, because right now they have the penthouse buff now. They're all going to be there. They're all going to be dapping each other up, going out to eat. The chem is going to be at all-time high, super high vibes. I would hate to see them lose, let's say, the first 2 or 3 matches, and the vibe at the penthouse gets worse and worse, and then the gameplay gets worse and worse. They need to just kind of keep it up, play together, and, I mean, on any given day, they can Neslo pretty much, besides the top 2 teams, maybe top 3, they can Neslo anyone. So I get that credit to them is given.
They have to win that
Listen,
first match, bro.
If they lose,
Not Neslo, they
if
can't win
lose-
controls. My bad. Both hard points. Both searches.
If they lose to LAG, I'm chalking them up.
Yeah. I
Game
think they have
1?
to win that.
Bro, have you
Bro,
not
because
seen
then they
their
go to
split?
New York and FaZe, right, or something. So like then they start off 0-3.
Bro, look at their split.
Like,
If they lose the points that they need to get, like you can't with their split, you cannot lose these points to teams that you should not lose to.
that's a 20-point match essentially because you gain 10, they don't gain like anything. So,
Yeah, because it's any points you stop the other
You gotta
teams
win
below
that.
you getting.
Yeah, they literally have
yeah.
to beat LAG, bro. They have to.
And also, like, at the major, okay, it's like, oh, well, it's okay, because if we go into the land, we can still win and get 100 points. It's like, no, you're capped at 30. Like, that is the cap, because top 4 is possible, but unlikely. I think top 4 probably gets you 50 points. Top 6 gets you 30 points. So realistically, at the major, you can get a 30-point swing, but you ain't getting much more than that. So
This is where I need to see Clay like not get angry. You know how like we said like, oh, it looks like he doesn't want to play because it's online. Like this is where I need to see him not huff, not puff, not get angry, anything like that. And this like anything that happens, like he just like I need him to relax. I need Gwyn to drop 1.2s. And but yeah, they cannot lose this LAG game. If they lose that LAG game, bro, a monitor's flying on the highway of fucking Carolina, I swear.
I love the stark difference between the 2 players. It's Clay, you need to fucking chill. Gwyn, we need 1.2s out of you. Everyone else, you guys are good. It's such a crazy difference for all of them.
Well, I need Fellow to play well online.
Yes,
But TJ's consistent. But for me, it's big when Clay's like, giving the boys hype and stuff like that. You can see it on LAN. I need LAN Clay online in the penthouse.
I have faith in Fell at this stage. I think he's going to play well.
let's
He's going to bring it back.
should we jump over to Heretics really quick? Talk about them really fast.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah,
This is my team.
Let's go over to the Miami Heretics, who had who finally won Not one, but 2 LAN series.
Right, people that predicted them to not win a map, I think, were faded. Like, they bought into the storyline too much. They were going to get 0-6. Look, I'm not going to lie. Did I predict a 3-0 for FaZe against them? Yeah. But there was no way in hell they weren't winning a map against Vegas. And it was a close series. And honestly, in hindsight, Vegas might look back and think, well, maybe we weren't that bad because Miami are actually kind of good right now. But I was just happy to see this team deliver something because, you know, you get this NA bias, and it's been a thing for years, Trey. I know you know it. When from personalities and people in the space, like I remember when Pac-Man, I like Pac-Man, I've no issue with him, but it always used to just be massive. If there's European players, definitely these guys were trash. And there was lots of talk about this team when it formed. And okay, it's a different team now. Eric Boom was out, Eric Boom was in, Journey was out, Journey was in. Oh, these guys are just taking up league spots because if you put 4 Challengers players in there, they'll actually be competitive. And
I used to bot Pac-Man. I don't want to hear it.
Fair enough.
I
don't
used to
buy
bop
that.
him every time I played him.
That's toxic, bro.
And look, this Miami team is like a legit team, right? They have good chemistry. Their comms are exciting, obviously, even though I don't know what the hell they're talking about. And they play at a great energy and pace. Like, they're fun to watch. You never really know what you're going to get because sometimes they play well as a team and sometimes they're all over the place. But at least they're contenders and they're interesting. So that's why I'm just happy that they did well this tournament, is that they're proving that not only do they belong in the league, but also that they are in a great position to make champs this year.
I did bump into Journey in the airport.
Holy shit.
I got a nice subway. My flight was delayed an hour. I ran into the Spaniards.
Did they,
I won't
did they
say
jump you?
what. No. Listen, I'm respected by the Spaniard community. Mucho gracias, sí, señor. You know, they taught me some Spanish too. I won't say what they taught me because it's for the chicas.
This motherfucker said "si,
I was
señor."
about to
That's
say, Trey
Italian.
likes some Latinas, bro. That's why he's saying that.
You know me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Typical.
So I spoke. Listen, we'll get up to what Journey said to me with the team and stuff like. Because I asked him why he got dropped and everything like that. He was just as shocked as we were in terms of like how he didn't come back to the team. But he said, you know, it's the same stuff with the Spanish teams and stuff like that. He kind of agreed to what I said. You know, he knows how Spanish COD is played, and it doesn't change. And it's like I said to him, I said, you could put you on a team, you could put Eric Boom on a team. It's still the same way they play. It's just this time they won maps and they won maps at the event. It was good enough for this event, especially now that they got 5th in the standings too. This is what they needed. They just got to do well this online split and keep it up. And I will say that Real is the truth. This guy is very, very good. And I think if anyone's going to leave this team and go to a good team after this split, after this year, it will be him. And I don't see him being on like a top 4 team, but I see them building around or picking him up and building him to put him to try and contend for a top 4 team.
Hey, so it's Nero Poison, but the O is an L.
There's 3 O's. Help me.
He was struggling there, bro.
Dog,
No,
which one is it?
The second O. The second O.
Nero.
Can I find it yet? NEROPOLSON.
I kind of agree with what Lineman said in the chat, though. I think the new maps helped them a
Oh,
lot.
not 0, donkey.
Bro.
You just saw it there. Take away that O.
There it
Use
is.
the restroom real quick, though, boys. I'll be back.
Handle.
Sounds good.
Yeah, no, I wanted to, speaking of Miami, there was a tweet he put up. Oh, they took it down, actually, unfortunately. Damn it. Well,
they deleted that shit.
I have the screenshot, but I can't go to my DMs. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get... You guys discuss this really quick.
I can maybe find it real quick, but...
Why can you not go to your DMs, Ace?
Interesting. I wonder who
because
we've
there's
got
intel in there that I cannot be spewing to the community just yet. Okay?
Okay. Intel,
that's not my go. That's not my go, Ace. If Tactical Helmet had that in his DMs, that'd be leaked on the show.
Facts would be straight up there.
Chill out, bro. Chill out. Let me
My
live.
DMs are crazy.
Let me live, brother.
No, but what they tweeted out 0% Adderall, 100% passion at Rails 1 versus 2. I will say,
Listen,
Look,
that tweet was not directed at them, by the way. I will say
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying, right? Like, I guess it was a response to people saying that Real is on Addy, but I didn't even really see people saying that, so I don't really know where that came from.
No, I think they took it wrong, and it was like Miami said that they were
Well,
on
Vegas
Adderall.
thought they were directing it at them, which makes me think, like, why are Vegas getting so defensive? You know what I mean? Like, Phoenix tweeted about it, and he was like, "Oh, my, team
I
is sober,"
think
saying that the Nero said.
Yeah, end of the day, I don't think that tweet was put towards Vegas at all. I know it's been deleted, but I think it just got backlash for no reason. Because when it says 100% passion, 0% Adderall, they won the fucking round. You know what I'm saying? It's literally directed at them.
There you go.
It's directed at themselves. That's all it is.
Got the tweet up now, by the way.
Yeah. They're not directing it at Vegas. They're not saying Vegas are on Adderall. They're saying to themselves they're not on Adderall. It's just 100% passion on why they're frying.
You know who would mistake that tweet and not be able to read it correctly? A dude on Adderall. Just saying. Don't know. Just saying. Kind of wild.
That is a terrible tweet though. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, bring up Adderall. Bring up Adderall at all is kind of dangerous. It's just kind of it's not going to go well for you.
I mean, listen, I was on about 150 mg and I read that tweet perfectly fine. I'm joking.
Going back to the team itself, though, like, actually, this guy Real, man, if anyone needs to be added, again, I know I said 04 and I always talk about this, but speaking strictly on overall numbers and impact and difference making to your team in general, going from not winning a single map on LAN to winning 2 series, this guy Real, man, 1.04, 1.06 in hardpoint, 1.13 in S&D, and control, I mean, not so good, 0.89. He's in the conversation for sure, man. He's in the conversation for highest impact rookie in the league right now. There's so many rookies all of a sudden towards the end of the year that have been added in that have, starting to take over the first half of rookies that we thought were going to be the biggest difference makers in the league.
I feel like for rookie of the year, it's gonna come down to champs. Whichever rookie makes it to champs and then plays well at that event should probably get rookie of the year, in my opinion. I feel like one of them, when Real.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Trey?
I said the most important event of the year. Like that's
yeah. I mean, I think that the race is just too close right now to have like a secured front runner. That it's gonna come down to that last few matches at champs to whoever plays really well there is gonna probably get rookie of the year.
PD said voting is at the end of the season before champs anyways. That's what he said.
Oh, really?
But they usually do like regular season MVP and rookie and shit. But
so I guess it's gonna be Major 4 then, not champs.
I feel like if you're a rookie and you compete at the highest event of all time and fry at it and take your team as far as you can, like that should be where rookie of the year is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if like Gwyn wins rookie of the year, but then Real goes to champs and then they get top 3, and he freaking has one put. You know what I mean? Like then like it doesn't, or vice versa even. It doesn't make sense to me. But
or if Gwyn wins rookie of the year and doesn't make champs.
Yeah, but I guess my point still stands. Then it'll just be Major 4 instead of champs. I think those matches, the losers round 1, losers round 2 matches, are gonna be the ones where the rookie of the year is decided.
Trey dope check rookie of the year. I'm seeing in chat from J Bird.
Hey, low key. I mean, wait, are we all rookies? Yo, Austin low key guest of the year though.
Guest of the year for sure.
Oh, I for sure gotta be guest of the year for the last
100%.
100. We gotta
give you guys a lot of content there.
I mean, it's a bit, it's a bit biased because you're like the only guest we have, but like it's a good award. Like it will go right. It will go beautiful next year.
I gave you guys some great content. I was holding back. That's the crazy thing.
Whoa! What the fuck?
What you mean? I was still giving you some stuff, but like I couldn't go rogue.
You gotta remember, Ace. If this was the breakdown, it'd be all out there.
Yeah. No. If it was the flank, you would have got it all.
Nah.
Absurd, bro.
Wait, no. To be fair, Austin did go on the flank.
I did. I went on all 3. I usually, if anyone asks me, if I have time, I'll go on. Yeah, I have no problem.
Which one do you prefer though?
I like them all, bro. I don't have a preference for any of them. I kind of watch them all.
We're not
too.
the favorites,
like,
no.
I don't play favorites, bro.
That's like that girl. That's like when a girl says, "Oh, am I one of your favorite side hoes?" Yeah,
Yeah,
I
darling,
yeah, darling. I like all my side hoes. Yeah, for sure. I love you all.
Austin, did you get a steak from Rab? No, I did not.
Yo, Rab owns a bunch of.
Look, you weren't even there. What am I meant to do?
Wait, I'll probably be at champs though.
There we go.
Yo.
What I'm saying is, I
Yo.
tried to make it work with Octane, and he said, "All right, he wants to cash it in at champs." So you know,
Yo, listen.
maybe we do
Breaking point. Steak dinner. Dashy, Austin, Octane,
Pred.
Pred's mum,
Dashy's mum. I'll bring her in as well.
Dashy's mum, and us three.
It'll be like you guys remember that series they used to do, the Dinner with Champs or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
that's a good
generational
series.
content.
That
But
was a
who's
good
picking up
series.
the bill? That's what I'm saying. I might need some financial support.
I'm looking at you, F1 Rab.
Right, I know that Dashy's gonna rock up and be like, all right, what's the most expensive shit on the menu? Let me order all the sides. That, you know, most expensive bottle of wine.
Might be dipping into my salary.
Possibly, yeah.
Sorry, Trey. Sorry, Trey.
gonna
You're not
be
getting
good
paid. You're not getting paid this month. Steve's decided the whole steak dinner is on you.
That shit
The
will
whole
go.
month's budget is going towards that.
We do got to figure it out because we got guests of the year. We got stakes owed. We should all do it at one
We'll
time.
plan it like, but I think this time, like, I was hoping get to the event, figure it out then. But I think honestly, it just needs to be planned before the event, like 2 weeks before.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. The sooner we know, the better everyone can put in their calendars and know that that's happening, and we'll figure it out. We're gonna get you guys the content no matter what. But
We'll take him to Applebee's.
Yeah, yeah. That's right.
$18.95 and everyone's fed. Everyone's good to go. It's just like that.
Only the best, you know.
Speaking of Miami, last thing I want to talk about them is just their upcoming matches, their upcoming schedule. They start off kind of atrociously with OpTic Texas, and then ROKKR, Gorillas, Ultra, Raven, Surge, and FaZe. Pretty hard schedule, I would think, as well. You have Texas, Ultra, FaZe, and a rising Surge, a decent Ravens. So if you're Miami, you gotta lock in. Your Search has been your bread and butter, I think, overall. They've been looking really, really good in Search. They just need to keep that going to win some of these series, and they have a really, really high chance to make it the champs if they can just lock in on those searches, honestly. So, but I think that covers.
Quick word on Vegas before we move on to the top 4 teams, because they got bopped out by these guys. It was a 3-2 defeat. Like, they brought Johnny in for that one series online that they won, but it was against Boston, so it doesn't count.
Nope.
They come into LAN and they lose. But also, like, what the hell do you do, right? Because, I mean, we can't be serious. If we're getting rid of Purge, bringing in Nassim, getting rid of Asim, bringing in Johnny, then we're just going to get rid of Johnny after 2 matches. It doesn't work. So I think you've just got to run it out and just, like, inshallah and hope it works. But, yeah.
This guy say inshallah? I thought my ears deceived me right there.
Yeah, he goes, inshallah, you gotta hope it works.
I have a
But that's a
question,
good
though.
though,
What
no?
is their schedule looking like? Because I feel like they just had a really hard one, right? So maybe it's a little bit easier this one.
Toronto, Texas, Subliners. Okay, those are your first 3. It's already bad.
Oh my God.
Seattle, Gorillas, Thieves, ROKKR. So I guess you start off hard, end kind of easy.
Was their major 1 and 2 just very easy or something?
I
Like,
think you're going into the crueler, man.
Yeah.
the
I
heck?
also don't think Drew's paid for the good schedules. He's been getting bent over.
yeah,
What's
what
going
the
on
heck?
here?
This is insane.
At least
Well,
stick them down, but give them some confidence before they take on the other ones. Fucking hell.
Yeah, this
They
is.
needed Neslo one of the first 3 series, in my opinion.
Gonna get
Yeah,
bent
they might
over
be
by
chalked
Ultra,
after that.
bent over by Texas, and then Subline's gonna come in with a little light spanking, and then they go onto the Surge.
Yeah, this is a kind of worst case scenario for this team because I mean, let's go to. I just want to go back to the standings. If we'll load, thank you. You're 10th. You're down by 10 to make it the champs, and your first 4 are your hardest ones. So like, I feel like there's a confidence issue that can happen here as well, right? You lose your first 3 out of 4 or 4 out of 4. Other teams win a couple, and now instead of being down 10, you're going to be down 20, 30, 40 points potentially. And then it really puts a super, super added pressure on your team. And you got a couple rookies there, too. You got Gio. You got, Johnny's not a rookie technically, but newer guys in the league. So I think, do they collapse under the pressure or do they make it out? It's like the real question. All right, now can we get to the fun stuff? Can we...
Yeah.
Holy fuck! Now
Let's
we can
get to the fun stuff.
Let's
baby.
get to the fun stuff. Let's jump over
They've called him.
to.
They've called him tactical, inshallah.
Bro, in
I'll
his
tell
head,
ya.
he was cooking for a minute. He's like, I'm gonna drop this at some point. I don't know when, but I'm gonna throw an inshallah in there and see how everyone reacts. All right, so let's start with OpTic. Fuck it. We got a clip here. We have the Dashy 0-0 defuse, and this is straight from the Scump watch party of their reaction to the moment. So let's take a quick watch of this and give our own reactions to how crazy this was in person.
In this spot, Pred and Dashy, an awkward moment. The search and destroy yesterday. This time, can they ice up?
Oh, did he get it?
Yes.
Does he get it?
Yes.
Please get it.
He might have it. I thought it was 7.2. So
And he gets
He
it.
get it.
Yes.
How'd you
Oh
win?
my
How'd you win?
God, he gets it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh baby.
Yeah, the
Oh,
fucking
baby.
stadiums
If
just
that doesn't
went
get you going.
loud.
Wow.
just
Oh man, Brandon is 9-1.
same deal.
I know Ina Dog's about to be yapping about this.
Yeah, no, that honestly, when we watched it, I think it was me and Trey were watching. I think Rab was filming at that point, but I didn't think they got it. I thought he missed it, honestly. So
I thought he
Low-key,
did
I
too.
think I think I was asleep.
I think I was there when Trey was asleep. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
it was an insane
But this
moment.
is like the crazy thing about this was, it was almost like some Destiny shit, right? Because the same shit had happened the day before with Dashy and Pred against Toronto when they bottled the 2v1 against Clinics because Pred just lost his mind and ran away from the bomb for some reason. They didn't have enough time to defuse.
Oh, on Karachi, right?
yeah,
yeah.
Karachi, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the turning point round in that series against Toronto.
I think I would have paid for your reaction for that, Austin.
The Karachi
I would
one?
have I would have paid for you to been Dashy and you know just watch Pred just run away from the bomb thing. Oh, have you got it? And he's just like, nah. I was trying to find him back down.
And then the same shit happens again against New York, but this time he gets it with a 0.0 defuse, and it's like that's the type of thing you see, and you're like, okay, well, this is just meant to happen at this point. And it was honestly huge. Like, I want to give a lot of credit to OpTic. Obviously, we're going to talk about their play on the Sunday, which we're doing now, but their actual style, but also just their improvements in search, right? Because these guys were vulnerable at invasion search and at high-rise search, and especially this series was incredible that, you know, beating FaZe on the high-rise search was such a big deal, and then they have to go to game 5 because FaZe never go down easy, and they have to ice up on an invasion search. This round was insane, by the way, and you know, you got to think Cell shot too many bodies.
Should we take a watch really quick of this round, this 1v3? This might be, and again, realistically, this actually might be one of the best clips in the CDL era, 100%. Like, just best clips overall.
No. There's a Drazah on the right, and then MC was back left.
Dashy, I think he spotted him. Cellium, this is just sort of the area.
Top Palace, I think? Yeah, he's Palace.
He would love to chow. 12 seconds, though. He's got to get to a bomb. I may know that. Only time to get to one position. So has to take that fight. Comes soaring on through. He got it. He goes to Planet. He gets it through. Are you kidding me?
Draws.
He gets away. He's a magician. 1 versus 1. Drazah, Dashy. The timing's going to make me throw up.
Two left.
5 seconds. He spots him. Back
Oh my God! It's fucking going. Holy fucking shit! Ready? Come on! We needed that. We fucking needed that, Bruce. Holy fuck! Good shit, brother. I'll chow that. I'll chow all day. It's fucking.
Yeah, nah. The kill on Drazah when he's jumping over right around, or no, excuse me, the kill on Cell when he's jumping over right there. That has got to be one of the most insane kills. I think there was a tweet when someone timed it out. It was like a 0.15 reaction time, 0.15 second reaction time that he snaps on Cell and ends up killing him. I mean, yeah, everything just seemed to align for Dashy, a lot for OpTic overall this entire series.
It's still like an unlosable round. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
what do you think about this, Austin? Can we get the breakdown here? Because what the fuck?
Cell made a terrible play. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what MC was doing here. I feel like this is very unlike him. to fly out like that. I'm sure he's probably kicking himself for making this play. Because the round is literally won. Like they won the round. If he just literally puts his controller down, and then waits 2 seconds and then checks bomb. I think Drazah too. Like, can you rewind it a little bit? Didn't Drazah see him standing up, not even planning the bomb? So like, was there a miscommunication? Were they saying to Chow like? I feel like I'd have to hear the comms to really know like what's at fault here. Because maybe Drazah is saying to Chow. I would assume he's probably not, because he sees him go to bomb, and I don't think he sees him planning.
Yeah, no. So if you
Right
look at
here.
it, like if you look at it, Cell's not like ready to challenge when he shoots Drazah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But I don't think Dashy shoots. I don't think he fires a bullet, does he?
Yeah, but
Yeah, he does, he
Drazah
does.
sees him
One.
though, right? And
Yeah,
I'm
he does.
assuming he could like see that he's not planning.
I think
Because as soon as Dashy
Oh, yeah,
fires
and
a
he did
bullet, he
shoot.
can't
He did
possibly
shoot.
plant. Yeah, he just.
Yeah, he does shoot. I think the assumption is here. He's aiming at me. Challenge right now. He doesn't know you're there. Try to challenge him. And usually, I feel like this would be a kill 9 out of 10 times. You know, he jumps the corner, shoots him. The guy's aiming already somewhere else. It's over. Round is over. However, this is fucking Big Brucey we're talking about here, and he just insta snaps on him. So
Yeah, but even then,
What's
as
the
soon
fact
as
that he
he
jumps? Like he could just.
as soon as he
peek it.
shoots
No.
his gun, if he literally just stays there, even if Dashy overextends to kill him, like I said, he put his controller down. He doesn't have enough time to kill him and then get back to the bomb.
yeah, the biggest thing is
So,
you just gotta wait 2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah,
this is my point here. Is that like, all right? So Drazah comes from B, knows he's not there. He has to be A. He has to be. So even if Dashy's shooting Drazah or like Drazah's over Chowser, at least Cell can come for the trade. Drazah runs away, Cell gets pissed on. Like, I'm gonna agree with Austin. Like, this is just terrible communication. Terrible communication.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna have to. Cell got pissed on. Yeah, you take the 50-50 and jump out and try to chow this like he did. But the ultimate better play is to not chow at all. Literally wait 2.2 seconds, and then the round's over. He can't plant bomb. He kills one of you. Doesn't matter. Drazah runs away. Round over.
yeah, it's literally a guarantee. Or even if he is planning and he gets the bomb off, he's laying down on the bomb, dropping the bomb as you're chowing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, I feel like if he just literally waits 2 seconds, the round is over. And I mean, this is such a big round to go
this is
4-3.
This is 4-3 and don't get 1v3'd, so you don't all get fucking. So you don't,
And you would be up 4-3 going into a defense on invasion, so
it's
potentially
like a guaranteed
5-3.
5. Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
this
like,
is
unless
just
you get pissed
probably the turning point of the tournament, realistically.
Yeah, this is the biggest play in the entire tournament. Like, but this is one of the things we talked about this with FaZe when they lost Major 1, and they've been looking unbelievable since then. And I still believe, I think, that this FaZe team is better than their Cold War team, just because I think the competition is better. But again, we get this weird stuff on Sunday when, and we talked about this earlier in the season on the shows, where if there is one weakness in FaZe, it is their comms. And then you see their search and destroy record this event was very poor, and their comms are costing them in crucial moments like that. It's like, you know, they do have weaknesses, FaZe, although it didn't look like it for some time. They still are there, and they are capitalizable on. So, yeah, what a play from Dashy there. Like, in terms of Dashy's history, in terms of OpTic's history, this was such an important moment. And I think this is one of the moments that showed to me, because, you know, like, I talked about it earlier in the season, Dashy got no dog and all this, right? And I didn't want to believe that was true. But having seen the results over the last couple of years, and having seen Dashy's reactions and mentality and, you know, head in hand on stage and stuff, I was concerned that in the big moments, Dashy wasn't going to be able to deliver on all the potential and talent that he has, and the gun skill, and obviously we talk about it a lot. This event was, to me, I think, such a great turning point for Dashy and what the future might hold, because massive pressure against FaZe 1v3 against Toronto in front of the home crowd, his home crowd as well, of course, being in Toronto, his home country. He's not performed well in Toronto the last couple of years. The team has been awful, and Dashy just comes in here and absolutely turns the hell up on the championship Sunday. If Shotzzy didn't go insane in the respawns, Dashy was still arguably the MVP because of some of the plays he made. So yeah, Dashy was literally formal this event. Like, he actually adopted Formal's mindset, mentality, and clutch factor, and all those other elements we wanted to see alongside Dashy's gun skill for the last several years. He showed that on the Sunday, and I think it was great to see, because I think Dashy's a great guy, and hopefully it's the sign of something to come for him and his future.
I think another big thing too about that series is they finally beat FaZe. because they had not beaten FaZe the entire year. That was the one team they were struggling with to beat. And I think beating them here and now is so important for the rest of the season because now, like, that maybe they didn't have a mental block, but just in terms of confidence against that team, like they knew they could beat them, but now it's been done. They beat them. So now I think that makes the matchups between those two teams even more interesting down the road and could potentially play into OpTic maybe winning again.
Okay. I've been clowned several times this season for a few things. One, me saying Shotzzy is a superstar. I've been clowned on that now because people will come in here during Major 4 when there's been ups and downs and inconsistencies. Oh, Shotzzy, what do you think about that take now, Ace? I still think he's a great player, and I still think the superstar is there. Dashy, I said, is one of the best ARs in the game, and people were on my head. Oh, Ace, again, you're just deriding OpTic, da-da-da-da. Now, who's laughing? I said Pred is arguably the best sub in the game, and it has been over the last few years. Who's laughing? I said Kenny is one of the smartest players to ever touch COD in history. Now who's laughing? I, overall, am not surprised nor shocked that OpTic at some point was going to get a piece of the pie. Them getting it at this Major 3, that I can say was a bit surprising. But this team at any given day, any given moment, the potential and the ceiling of this team is the highest in the league. The ceiling of this team is higher than FaZe. The ceiling of this team is higher than NYSL, higher than Toronto. If they're playing peak COD, individually they can't be beat, and as a team they cannot be beat. And that's proven at Major 3.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
Okay. Yeah, no, you kind of cooked. Well, for starters, it was only Pat that said Shotzzy wasn't a superstar. Which was also faded.
It became a bigger discussion within fans, and it became like a bigger thing.
Well, yeah, but you also got to understand that fans are moronic and Pat's moronic, so they go hand in hand.
Damn, son.
I mean, it's true. There's 98% good fans, and there's about 2% that are absolutely moronic. Where we have the great fans, and yes, Austin's completely right. A higher skill ceiling than FaZe is crazy.
Yeah, okay.
I think they're up there. I think they're probably in the top 2.
Let me argue.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's FaZe and OpTic.
Let me argue this. Why I think this. The ceiling of FaZe is one that they're the most consistent team. Okay, consistently playing great COD, consistently doing well, consistently beating teams online, beating them on LAN, getting seconds, getting thirds, getting firsts, just being in the top conversation consistently. OpTic, when they're playing together, like we said, Friday and Saturday this event, they looked very beatable. Sunday, once everything came together though, clearly nobody could beat them. They played everybody. They literally played the 3 other teams in the conversation.
Well, they went game 5 with FaZe. Like, it was close series. It wasn't like they 3-0, 3-0, 4-0, and they went game 5 with New York. They smoked Toronto. Sure, I'll give you that. I think that's another. I think that's more of a Toronto thing, and OpTic is also playing well. But they could be beaten. Like, if FaZe and OpTic are both showing up on their best day, I don't think OpTic just wipes the floor with them by any means.
I'm not saying wipe the floor. I said their ceiling is higher. So I think.
Yeah, I know. I get what you're saying.
OpTic's best day versus FaZe's best day. OpTic take that. That's my.
Are we also forgetting?
That's my argument right
there.
Are we also forgetting that Ultra beat them on the Saturday too?
That's what I'm saying. They weren't playing well on the Saturday.
Yeah, like
I could see your point. Maybe like if they're showing up on their best day, they might be the best team. But I also think that they don't have that best day as consistently as FaZe might.
Agreed 1,000%. 1,000% I agree. I'm saying though, but what their ceiling is the highest one in the league. If they can carry this over into Major 4 and champs, that's scary if I'm FaZe. That's scary if I'm Toronto, because when they're playing at their best, Toronto gets wiped to the floor. Yes, they did take them to game 5, but even them playing, like, I don't know. To me, this OpTic team is now playing with an edge that makes them the most dangerous team in the league going into Major 4. Not just because they won the event, but because, like you said, they broke through the FaZe wall, and they realize what their potential is. So now they can kind of like ride that momentum pushing through this Major 4. I'll predict right now, I don't see OpTic losing an online series in Major 4.
I mean, I see what you're saying. I think that the thing is, though, is I think OpTic did have their best day as a team on Sunday. And I think they still were map 5 with FaZe, map 5 with New York. Like, it was still close. They could have lost on their best day, in my opinion. So, like, right now, they're the best team in the game, but I think all these top teams still have some work to do because the games are so close. They need to find a way to break away, in a sense, and try to win, like, a 3-1. You know what I mean? Versus a FaZe, or a 3-1 versus Toronto. I mean, they obviously smoked Toronto in the finals, but I think that was a different thing. But I think it's so close right now. They relied so heavily on these clutch moments, and they did get them. They did win. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, but I think they still have some room to go if they want to close out the end of the season with.
I do think like the level of COD they played in the finals was like unfuckwittable. I don't think anyone.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
no,
level
that-
of energy they had, and like I don't know exactly whether it was those guys buying into Shotzzy's vision for how to play the game, because obviously Karma talked about this after with you, Trey, when he was like, look, sometimes I don't want to tell Shotzzy what to do because, you know, you just got to let a peacock fly sometimes, right? And I think, honestly, I don't know whether it's Pred has kind of brought that energy out of Shotzzy, but the way that he was in those listeners, I've never heard anything like that. Like, these guys seemed to me that after they got over the FaZe hurdle, they were like, we ain't losing the shit at all. And the energy they brought, the pace they played at, I don't know if like that COD they played in the finals there, if anyone can fuck with that. Like, and that, I almost, as much as I don't want to say I agree with Ace, I actually think that I might. That like even if FaZe had played OpTic in that state in the grand finals, even if FaZe played their best, I think they would have a really, really hard time. Whether OpTic can replicate that is the question, I think.
Because we talk about perfect COD, that was perfect COD for OpTic, the same way Toronto had perfect COD at Major 1. Like no one was touching Ultra Major 1 in the grand final. And even throughout the whole tournament, really, I think we can agree with that. Whereas people were kind of touching OpTic this major, like on the Saturday, Austin. No one was touching them on the Sunday, though. That's fact. But it's like Ace said earlier that he doesn't see OpTic losing an online series. Yeah, because they don't play FaZe. They don't usually lose an online series unless they play FaZe. You got to remember this year against FaZe, they are 1-6 now. And I would have the utmost confidence in the world, Rab, as well, if I found out that I wasn't playing FaZe in the finals, because it's the only team I couldn't beat anyway. So, you know,
I still do think too, playing FaZe in the finals in a best of 7, like you would rather get them out the way in a best of 5.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like I
1,000,000%.
think for them, once they realized they're playing FaZe in losers finals, best of 5, and then they also started out hot with a game 1 win, like I think that was just like I said, everything went their way that day. And then also confidence wise, when you find yourself in that situation, you're seeing the finish line and you're getting closer and closer, and they just kind of started to realize that they had that shit won.
Yeah, let's watch Dashy, I guess, break down. I didn't know this on stream. Thank you, PD Gaming, brought it to my attention that he explains it from his own perspective of what he thought is happening. So we'll watch this quickly as well. All right.
AG's a fucking energizer bunny. I was thinking 13. Let's go, Bruce.
I got a kill.
Oh my.
Wait, where is it? It's not
Right here. Could have diffused. They look at when the guy picks, especially if you grind us to.
Here it is.
There you go. Right here. Like I know there's like 7.5, but like in this game, okay, like let me explain it, right? Because some of these games, especially if you grind S&D, you'll know like how like the diffuse mechanics work. Sometimes like you have to be like fully standing still on some games.
What's going on?
Sometimes you have to be just holding square, and the animation will start even though the bomb signal doesn't show up. It's like people like whenever they look at a diffuse, they look at when the guy picks up the iPad. But you gotta like it starts as soon as the bar starts going. But then not the iPad, the fucking computer. You know what I'm saying? Let me mute it too, just so you guys could see it. Like, look, the animation starts. Like, I'm pressing square right now. Like, look, you guys don't see that. Like, you see that. Like,
did he do a FaZe one?
It says 7.3, but
yeah,
I don't know if
is there one of him explaining FaZe? Because yeah, this is a different one. This is the one I got. This is one that PD sent me. So this is the one I transferred over.
Yeah, he did mention that as well. I mean, basically all he said is that Drazah, when Drazah saw him buy the bomb, he probably comms to Cell, hey, he's on the bomb, and therefore Cell thought, oh, fuck it, I'll chow. I mean, I talked about it in the video today. So there is a clip of it, which I forget exactly.
That's kind of what
where
I
saw it.
figured too. He probably said he's by bomb or something like that, and it was probably like a miscommunication in the sense of Cell probably thought he was planting the bomb, and it's hard in that like quick 1 second instance to calm like he's not planning, but he's standing by bomb. You know what I mean? Like that's a lot to say. So I mean that's probably what he guessed as well.
Hilarious though. PD, you just fucking trolled me. You rat bastard.
I mean,
I think we've covered that clip enough.
yeah, we don't really need to watch it anymore because honestly, I think we can all agree that it was a terrible chow from Cell and a miscom from FaZe.
Is this stat true, by the way? I don't know if it's true, but did FaZe actually lose 8 out of 9 SNDs on LAN?
Did they play 9? I mean, I think they were 1-5 on LAN this weekend, and then they lost their previous SNDs before LAN. Is that right? Like, because they lost to Surge online.
Pac-Man did tweet out as well. I don't know if you saw Pac-Man's tweet.
Put it in here.
Not Pac-Man. Sorry, fucking Tupac.
I thought Pac-Man was
so, yeah,
no.
They've lost 8 of their last 9. Wait, but I mean that's still like they've lost basically everything on LAN.
All he said was, you know, because if I link it, he literally said, my bad, sorry, I kicked my controller. Embarrassing S&D performances out of us this weekend. We will correct this shit.
Yeah, they lost against Heretics. They didn't lose. They didn't lose against New York.
I think that's where your first problem starts, Austin. You know,
6-star.
They lost 2 against Toronto, 2 against OpTic.
Well, you start off against Heretics, and you're like, well, we should just smoke these 3-0, and their only map win on LAN for Heretics was the S&D versus FaZe, who I think are probably the best S&D team in the game.
Who?
FaZe, or one of.
That's Miami, baby.
I mean, to be fair though, that is kind of I didn't realize that. That is worrisome though that they didn't win a single search all of Sunday.
Yeah, so they've lost they lost their searches to Carolina, to Heretics, Carolina, Seattle, Heretics, Toronto, and OpTic. And they've lost searches in all those series. So it's definitely been it's kind of surprising to see them falter kind of off the edge. They're playing really good search for quite a long time. So
I think they need you back, Austin. That's all I'm saying.
Low key, bro. Low key.
Oh my gosh. We'll see. We'll see how the rest of the year plays out. So far, they're literally copying when I was on the team. Win Major 2, 3rd, and whatever else they got.
Also, for everyone in the chat saying, they're clearly not the best S&D team. Yeah, obviously not now, morons. I'm saying like you could not deny that. You could not deny that FaZe were probably top 2 best S&D teams in the game from the start of this year up until Major. There's no denying it.
All right, I found the actual clip, by the way, but I mean, I think we've already covered basically what it is.
What I want to talk about is Toronto versus FaZe, because this was... Okay, OpTic FaZe was crazy, but to me, Toronto FaZe was the series of the weekend. Because, like, man, the Drazah versus Scrappy stuff, everything that happened this series, because genuinely after game 1, and FaZe kind of slapped around, I know that it was 250-200, but I think everyone knew that they were probably going to win that Vista. But after that, and obviously the invasion control as well was completely dominant, and I thought, okay, there's no way that FaZe lose it from here. But Toronto clutch up game 4, they take it to a game 5. Scrappy gets his body shot by Drazah round 10 after he kills him through the wall. FaZe had not lost Rio Search, by the way. 4-0 on Rio Search going into this series. They then go to round 11. Scrap then kills Drazah in a 2 versus 2 when it was a 3v2 in FaZe's favor in the round 11. Like, it couldn't have been any better this series. And, I mean, let's have a look at Scrap's numbers real quick if you just scroll down. I know that because FaZe kind of dominated 2 of the respawns, the numbers look a little bit skewed maybe when you win the searches. But this guy's Scrap. I mean, what a player. We talk about the ARs in the game. We talked about it before this event. Is Cell the best AR? Is Scrap the best main AR? You can make the argument for Dashy on the way that he performed Sunday. But to me, like, Scrappy is so clear, it's ridiculous. Like, the consistency of this guy is immeasurable.
I actually agree with you. You know, we had this discussion before. I actually agree with you that Scrap is the best player in the game right now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't give a fuck if he's winning events or not winning events or top 3, second, whatever. This guy is the best player in the game. And
I think he's the MVP of the season right now.
100%. And the reason I say this is Envoy remember when Envoy had his like slump when he was like 11 hard points of like literally 0.6s, 0.5s. Scrap was still putting up 1.2s, 1.1s, 1.3s. And he does it every series. I would love to see how many series this guy goes neg on, because he just does not.
We might need a new Cellium like stat, because we've had the Cellium index, which is percentage of series positive. Like Scrap has got to be up there this year.
This guy is, and I don't want to glaze him too much because he already gets enough plays from everyone.
It's already soaking. Keep going.
But this guy is by like, obviously we got Dashy, we got Cell. I think he clears just in general, especially with how he does it on the team that isn't deemed like, I had this discussion today. It's like they're like the third team that everyone wants to go to, but like everyone would want to play with Scrap.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anyone that could disagree that Scrap is playing really well. I think, to me, Cellium within his system is obviously insane, but if you were to swap Scrap into their system, I mean, maybe that's the thing that makes them unstoppable. FaZe have clearly had a rotation of ARs in and out, in and out, in and out, but maybe a Scrap.
I mean, he's just a completely different player than Cell, though.
That's what I'm saying.
More aligned with the draws.
Yeah, exactly. You swap him in for draws, Cell and him
His
together.
pace is insane. Like, the impact that Scrap has on the map is just so ridiculous. And I was talking about this weekend somewhat in terms of consistency. Like how, because let's say a player is inconsistent, right? Which is the case for many players. And it's like, oh, well, they're good, but they're inconsistent. It's like, to me, if you're inconsistent, that's like not good. Like if you're inconsistent all the time, you ain't good enough. Because if you were good, then you'd be consistently playing well. I maybe that's a bit of a faded take, but I think it's true to some degree. Which is just why that I think that Scrappy is just so good. Because even if he's getting a 1.1 in a series, he's just always there. Like, when does Scrappy have a bad series? I know that he went negative in the finals against OpTic, but he still had like a 0.9 or something, and it was the rest of the team that was getting shit on. Like, you can always count on him every series, online, on LAN, doesn't matter. Scrappy's always going to be there, probably playing the best on the team. And no one else does that. Like, no one else in the entire league does that.
I think it's more so worrisome, though, like, what is going on with this team? Because I think he's playing even better now than he was in like Major 1 when the team was like really good. But the team just doesn't seem like, they seem kind of weird to me. Like they do not seem that, like they're obviously really good. They could have won the event. But for whatever reason, I don't have like super confidence in Toronto Ultra as a team to consistently play against FaZe and OpTic right now. I have confidence in Scrap to like show up and sometimes win the series like and do hella good, but the other three like are just kind of like up and down a lot right now.
I think that's it, Austin. I think you look at Insight, who was Major 1, probably the best S&D player in the game.
He had a 1.4 in the finals at Major 1, by the way.
Yeah, I genuinely think, Austin, I think it's just consistency within the players. The only consistent one on that team right now is Scrap. Whereas Major 1, it was everyone. Everyone was doing their part. Right now, it could be Insight having a stinker. It could be Envoy having a stinker. I mean, Toby's quite consistent, but like you put him in a blender, he's coming out of 100 deaths. You know, you're giving him that role. I think it's just them as a team. They don't mesh well, especially after they're not meshing well with these new maps. I think ever since the maps out of Major 1 got taken out, they've been in a bit of a slump, especially in S&D. And this was the actual event where they came in and proved that they're still up there, that they can still take on FaZe, they can still take on OpTic, and they just honestly just no one was beating OpTic in the final. So I think they've just got to capitalize on what they've done this event and see where it takes them, and they've just got to start playing more consistent as actual players, not as a team, and just get kills as on their own and not rely on Scrap as much because there's only so much this brother can do.
The map set is a big deal, bro. The map set changed up a lot of teams' dynamics and how they play and who figures out how to play them the right way first. Toronto was really good in Major 1 because they figured out how to play the game right first. These new maps, clearly they know how to play them right, but once they get in the face of true adversity, like an OpTic team that's on a roll, I mean, they don't look that good. And even against FaZe, their KDs weren't as stellar as some would imagine for them winning the series. So Toronto has.
They were a big Skid Row team too.
It's that early excellence that they show when these new maps and new things are put into the game. but it has to carry on. Honestly, if I had to make,
I mean,
a
it also
prediction-
just sorry, go on. I thought you were
was
going to
saying-
move on.
no,
but finish it up.
The only thing, my prediction for them for Major 4 is actually, they bow out of Major 4 a lot. It's gonna look more like Major 2 for Major 4. They're gonna have a bow out early in the tournament, and it's not gonna be a good, no in person, or excuse me, no fans, no spectators. I think Toronto is actually gonna have a really hard time at Major 4 and ups and downs throughout the split overall.
I think there's some questions to be said on that. I mean, I don't want to talk about the fucking players having the dog in them again because this didn't end well the last time. But let's be honest, at Champs last year, these guys got 5-0 smacked. And people obviously roasted Scrappy because he didn't have a good series there, which is fair enough. First Champs Grand Finals. And obviously he talked to trash on the other side, and then they went on to lose. And even this tournament, he talked trash on OpTic after he beat them, and then they went on to slap him around in the finals. So there is that. But also this Toronto team, pre-scrap, got 4-0 reverse swept on by Minnesota ROKKR, right? Like, let's not forget that. So there seems to be something, and I don't want to say it's like European players choking again, because we had that shit for years. But, Insight and Kleenex, because they've been a duo for some time, you go in a second tray.
Rab,
4-0 reverse swept. Got 5-0 in a grand finals at Champs. They got 4-0 slapped around by OpTic. Like, where's the bounce back? Like, where's the lock in? I ain't seeing it. So as much as I love those guys, I'm somewhat concerned. Like, if I'm playing them in a finals, I'm hella confident if I win map 1. I'm like, these guys are going to roll over and die.
Chill.
You're cooked.
Friendly fucking fire, bro.
You want to defend them? Like,
I mean, yeah, I can't defend the bopping. Like, I can't. Like, it's there. It's on the Breaking Point website. Like, I can't. I can't defend it. Like, they've just been absolutely smoked in the final.
Speaking of the bop, this is hosted by Rab. So, our very own. If you don't follow him, go follow him. This is Shotzzy on Demon Time talking some shit in the comms about Toronto. It's only map 1 too. It's the beginning of the series, so it's quality shit.
This is loads of clips, by the way. I put in work with his clips.
We're so shit. They're so shit. They're fucking so shit. Let's go, man. I'm fucking not losing this. Come on. Let's fucking go. Let's go, baby. Good shit. That's a big fucking map, bro. Because they're terrible. They're so bad. They're so fucking bad, dude. How the fuck are they in finals? Holy shit. Let's fucking go, man. These guys are so dog shit, bro. I promise you. Let's fucking go, man. Let's fucking go, baby. Come on. DVD. Let's fucking go, baby. These guys are so dog shit. Let's go, baby. Come on. Let's go, baby. Let's go, fucking go, man. Listen, let's fucking win this fucking day. Come on. Fucking shit, Bruce.
Locked.
This is fucking shit, Brandon. Oh my god. Huge, I just fucking slam on one. This guy can't shoot straight. Holy fuck. I am flying at these fucking idiots. I promise you. Dude, this guy, we show his controller didn't break? What's your damage?
Who's inside playing with Dylan's controller?
Fucking bro, I don't know what
He's playing with the
check your
controller
damage, I want to
see.
Let's end it right here, bro.
Yeah,
bro, I am taxing the fuck out of these guys. I want to run through someone.
I want to.
If we win, I'm dolphin diving onto the stage. I might fucking.
If we win, I'm actually DMing train wrecks.
Like, bro, the vibes in that entire thing are so immaculate. It's unbelievable.
You ain't beating that.
Yeah, no, they're vibing, laughing, screaming. Shotzi's calling them dog shit 55,000 times. Shotzi's standing up and roaring shit that's inaudible. It's not even English at this point. He's speaking tongues. Toronto got rolled. I think I genuinely believe by map 2, they even themselves kind of looked like they knew it was over. Like, something in them, I honestly believe, felt like they knew it was over.
OpTic just had a day, man. They woke up on that Sunday, and just for whatever reason, it was their day.
Whatever.
That's why Line COD is so good as well. Like,
yeah,
you get momentum, you get the energy, you get that hype of the crowd and all this stuff. Like,
online was never compare.
MW champs. I had that energy.
Yeah, okay.
Sat in my living room. Yeah. Won a map. Had to open my apartment door, sprint down the hallway to go see my teammates.
One day it'll be LAN only again. One day.
Yeah, and you'll be retired, and I'll be fucking dead.
Hopefully, I'm around to experience that for one more year. We'll see.
Hey man, we got Treyarch COD, and we got possibly a Jetpacks COD. So I hope some of these fools stick around or people make comebacks because some fun shit is about to happen.
Yep. All right, boys.
You
I
think
gotta
as
hop off,
well?
though. I gotta hit the gym. So
Oh, absolutely.
All
I
right,
appreciate you guys having me on.
Of course.
Guest
talk
of
to you
the
guys soon.
fucking year,
That's
baby.
the guest of the year, baby. Put the W's in the chat for the big boy himself, Austin Litigo SlasheR, boys.
But yeah, you guys have a good rest of your show. Good rest of your day.
Take
Catch you guys
care.
later.
Take care, brother.
Peace.
Appreciate you.
Alright,
Shout
for
out
the record,
SlasheR. What a gentleman. What a
For the
guest.
record, fucking hate that guy.
God damn.
I don't. Fuck. How long we had him on the show? 2 hours. Yeah, that's 2 hours too long.
Was he not slapping you around a bit back in the day as well? Or?
He was slicing and dicing.
Hey, next fucking team, bro.
Next topic. Next topic. Next topic.
Next fucking team. I don't know what you guys are fucking saying.
What was I going to say real quick? Yeah, what I was going to say was Scrappy versus Drazah, right? So Drazah is 6-1 against OpTic this year. He was 6-0. It's now 6-1. He called himself the CEO of OpTic. He hasn't retracted that after the defeat, so I guess he's still the CEO for now, and he's still got a positive record. Very impressive. It is what it is. Scrappy is 6-1 on LAN against Drazah. All time. Online, different story, for sure. But on LAN, whenever they've played, Scraps won 6 of the encounters, Drazah has won 1. So, if
So
that
what you're trying to
makes
say is
Drazah the CEO of
Drazah is the little
OpTic,
man?
yeah, what I'm saying is Scrappy owns Drazah.
Oh, shit.
Ah, shit.
Oh, God.
I mean, the numbers, yeah, he's the CEO of Drazah.
Fuck.
It ain't looking good. For obviously, we had the drama after the tournament. We can get to that in a second once we wrap up on the teams. But just thought it was interesting to note.
Speaking of that drama, by the way, I just want to say that I, Trey Morris, have squashed the Scrap and Darian beef within myself. We are now good friends. And she put and I had a drink with them both, and it was fantastic.
That's good.
Yeah,
Very
so did I. I
positive.
talked to them on the Sunday as well. Cleared the air, made sure everything's smoothed over. Never anything personal, but you know.
But question for you guys:
drama's drama, innit?
did we squash the Drazah dope check beef yet, or what's the progress there? Any progress there?
There ain't any progress with the Drazah.
No progress. My bad, guys. No progress. My bad.
Hey, just like Scrap's land record versus Drazah, my dope check record versus Drazah is pretty fucking high too. So, if he doesn't want to squash the beef, it's fine. I am the beef. So,
I am the beef.
I am the beef.
Listen, bro. Now this series was just. If anyone's gonna say what the series of the event was, it really was this. Some would argue that OpTic FaZe was it. Personally, being in the venue myself, it was so electric to see FaZe, Ultra, Drazah, Scrap going at it, and Toronto taking it on top, seeing Scrap stand on his chair, that epic picture of him like this. It was amazing to see. In all honesty,
can we talk about? And I know we don't I know we talk about Drazah. Can we talk about how loud those "fuck you" Drazah chants were? Holy shit! It felt like I was in a fucking football stadium.
Yeah, I was happy. I was excited to see some real fans, and it wasn't like the Miami Major where it just wasn't full. Boston just wasn't as loud until the Sunday, but even the Saturday, even the Saturdays, even late on the Fridays. Sunday, that Toronto crowd event, the stadium, the sound, the acoustics was top tier, best event so far, 100%.
Yeah, they were, Rafi, bro. OpTic and Ultra playing, the crowd was still singing "fuck you." The guy was walking out the venue and he was still.
He still got "fuck you" Drazahs?
During the series, he wasn't even playing in. It was during a break.
Yeah, no, there was some love, but should we get to the drama that what everyone wants to talk about too?
We'll get to the drama, yeah. Let's do it.
Let's hop to it.
You have to use the screenshots because otherwise we get our shit demonetized. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. What am I doing? Wait.
No. Everything I linked is fine, but don't bring up the original tweet.
Okay. We're good. We're good.
Just use the links.
Oh, do we can get demonetized if someone doesn't like their tweet being on there for live?
No. It's a certain word in there.
Nah. It's a certain word then
it's not the W word, is it?
It is the W word.
Yeah, YouTube don't like that word.
Can we say it or no?
Yeah, we can say it. We can say it. Like if you put kill whore in the title or the thumbnail or some shit, you get demonetized. So I can't say it that word.
Bro, can we stop calling girlfriends whores?
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing here. Also, Ace, nothing's on the screen. I don't know if you realize this.
Oh no, do not. My bad, gangsters.
Yeah, you're good. This shit was crazy, man. I mean, look, Trey, we were chilling there. You could even, to be fair, you could go on my Twitter if you want.
Yeah, can we go to Rab's Twitter real quick? Because listen, we were having dinner.
Oh, this was great.
We were having dinner, and it was a nice steak dinner, courtesy of a Breaking Point. Shout out, Steve. It wasn't that expensive. It was a little slight 1.2. Tight shit. But it was Canadian, Steve. So actually, we probably paid for ourselves. That's fake money.
It's like $3 actually.
Yeah, 1.2K Canadian. What's that like? Fucking. That's like buying Mayfair or Monopoly.
Yeah, that's nothing for us.
Millionaires over
7:04 p.m. Yeah, wow. I mean, this is actually obviously that's LA time, so it was like 3 hours after that, 10 p.m. Glass of red wine. Oh wow. I mean, just what a vibe this was. You guys were telling me we're here waiting for the steaks to come through, checking the phones, seeing all the tweets come through. I'm like, all right, we gotta do something on this.
How much how much mewing are you doing, Rap, a day? 8 hours a day? You just mewing constantly? Is that your thing?
I didn't even know what that was until someone mentioned it last week. I'm just doing a face, you know. I mean, look at that.
Listen. If you guys didn't know what happened here, Rab didn't actually get his steak dinner. He fucking Naruto sprinted home. His fucking jacket was swinging in the sky that says AJF in the fucking pocket.
Yeah, you like that?
All right. He fucking sprinted home, recorded a video, and then came back for his steak dinner. Honestly, it was fucking immaculate.
Yeah, the man's working always. He saw the drama. He got home. He had to take care of business. He said, guys, I'll see you in a bit.
Actually, it was kind of funny. He didn't sprint home. That's a lie. He had his fucking bag with him. He whipped out his laptop, headphones, and a microphone and done it right there.
I see that I hold shit once recorded a video in an airport, which actually was unreal. I need to do that shit sometimes.
Wait, where's
we're live? Hi guys, what's going on? We are live.
We are live from Toronto Pearson. Scrappy's just dropped another tweet.
Oh yeah,
I had to get just called someone a whore.
I had to get the Trey one as well. You know, a palate cleanser.
The palate cleanser, yeah, here it is. What a great bit of photography that is for me.
Now listen, I'm not trying to say I look fucking breedable, but
you're looking good.
Could definitely. Yeah. Nah, I look like I got some daddy issues. Can we go back to Rab's picture?
Basically, let's go back to the main tweet, right? Let's go back to the drama. I'm gonna read this, and if you guys are unaware, you're gonna be aware right now. Darian, out of nowhere, right? This is 9:26. Everyone's home. Champs is over. Toronto got bopped. It's GG's. Then we get this tweet on the TL. Confronting a 5'2" female in a hotel lobby while I'm alone, acting like you're going to fight me is hilarious. Drazah, you're a fucking bitch.
Damn.
God damn. And from there, it sparked up. I don't know who, it's hard. I did get some intel myself. I spoke to a couple individuals associated. And from what I've heard, the event did happen.
Damn.
That's also what I've heard.
Yes, this
based on conversations with various individuals.
With sources, as we like to say, sources. This did happen, and it was one solo Drazah and a couple girls in the vicinity, but directly to Darian herself. Reactions, Rab and Trey, to this act and generally the tweet and the whole drama. Is it gone too far? Are we taking this?
Fuck yeah, it's got too far. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we? But why? Like, bro, if listen for starters, can you go beef with each other?
Tell him, Trey.
Motherfucker, you're in the same place. Even Scrap tweeted this. You're in the same place. You walk past each other daily. You're scrimming in the same fucking place. You played on main stage against each other, and the only thing you called each other was shit. Listen, either squash it and just fucking either squash it and be done with it, or fucking have a boxing match or something, because this shit right now is actually fucking childish. It's boring as fuck. Like, it's actually gone way too far. Like, now you're actually dealing with girlfriends, fucking the people, kids are getting involved. Like, this shit's boring. I think it's actually just stale at this point. If the two guys ain't gonna do anything about it, just squash it. It's boring as fuck. Like, yeah, it's funny for interactions. It's good for Rab's bank account, but it's just got too far. It's boring as fuck. I don't give a fuck.
I don't even see what you go from here as well. You know what I mean? It's like you've now confronted her in a hotel lobby. And Scrap's not even around. Like, what are we doing? Knowing that obviously this is going to be talked about.
I think
yeah, no, you, bro. What's going through your brain, bro? What's
What
going
even
through
confronted
your
her about as well? Like, I just don't understand.
Bro, what's
even
going
the point
through your
of it.
brain, yeah, as a professional player that's got a big platform, that's probably one of the best in the game, to fucking suit up, yeah, and fucking walk over to Darian and say this shit.
Yeah, there's no return. There's no, like, positive thing from this. What are you going to tell her to do? Stop talking? You got to silence the source. The issue is not with this girl. If anything, your girl has an issue with this girl. Girls handle girl issues. A guy having to step in and handle girls' issues makes you a bitch. That's a fact of matter. So, secondly, man to man, we've talked about this 1,000 times. CDL Boxing League, 55,000 times. Y'all want to set it up? It's one contract that releases liability between two people, and you can fight. No problem. No problem. You can fight. No legality issues, nothing. You guys can square up, settle it, be done with it. And it's true. I think on this stage, you guys walked past each other and dapped each other up. Hours earlier. Bumps, fist bumps. So, this could be on the Drazah side that this is taking this shit too far. But overall, this shit is dead. This shit is now, a bad bitch. She jumped in the pool. She came out. Now this shit is mid. It's not fun. It's annoying. At this point, I don't know. I feel like people are like, I feel like they might be in collusion right now, being like, yo, how are we going to get more farmer impressions? The Twitter blue shit is paying nice. How do we get our numbers up? And they're just getting themselves paid out at this point, because this shit can't be real. It's so out of hand that it seems unreal. You get what I'm trying to say?
No, but this is my point, right? If it's just, it started off with, scrap and draws, and then it turned into the girlfriend beef. Like, can we just make it girlfriend beef now? Like,
yeah, let it reside there.
Yeah, like, bro, can we let this just be girl versus girl beef? Because if, like, scrap and draws obviously ain't going to do anything. Like, let's be honest. Someone lays a finger on one of them, they lose their career. Done and dusted. They get banned from the league. So they ain't going to do anything. The girls, on the other hand... Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, scrap it out. Fair enough. I don't actually know who I've got that. Apparently, Ernie's been on the old testosterone.
Ah, shit. The echo's back. Well, we'll get to that tweet in a second.
I'll mute out. We're good.
Apparently Ernst has been on the old testosterone, which that's a crazy. I feel like we're on Kendrick and Drake levels of like out in some shit.
There we go. I'm gonna grab water really quick while you guys discuss this. 1 second.
I don't know what, like, I don't like this shit. I don't like. It's boring. I know it's fun, but it is boring in it, Rab. Like, be honest.
I mean, it's all the same at this point. That's what bores me. It's like, as Lion said, if we want to go next level, let's go next level and let's actually square up. Like,
yeah, me and you should be like, I'd scrap you.
We could promote that shit. I'm down to be the promoter. Or like, I'll scrap you. Maybe.
What? Do you reckon you'd beat me?
Oh, tactical helmet. You trying to chow tactical helmet IRL? Oh, you got something coming, sunshine. You ain't ready for that.
Not the tactical schlid.
Oh. Yeah. You ain't ready.
What
So these are
Nah,
the tweets anyway.
Yeah, I mean, for
This is
real
all-
though, like
These are still up on the timeline.
it's getting boring. Like it's.
I mean, this shit's crazy now. Like, honestly, to be fair, this did escalate a little bit because when he drops the dumb whore, that shit was crazy to me. Like, I'm like, there's no way this tweet's staying up on the timeline. Like, he's representing an organization here. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't just tweeted for himself. Like, he's represented FaZe. Like, and he's representing the league in some respect. Like, I'm not saying
he's representing his teammates. He's representing the league. He's representing the players. He's representing everyone. He's representing family, friends. He's representing everyone. It's not like she. It's not like she called him anything. It's not like she called him anything crazy. She just called him a bitch.
Maybe she called him piano teeth or something or whatever she said.
She just full out come in there and he just come out and goes, dumb whore. Like what?
That is honestly wild.
And again, it's very simple. If you're beefing, if a man is beefing with a woman, you've already lost the battle. You shouldn't be beefing with a girl. A girl, even if she fucking slaps you or something, gets physical with you, you shouldn't even. There's no reason for you to beef with a girl. It doesn't make sense. And especially a girlfriend, let that die down, bro. Like, it's not a good look for yourself. It's not a good look for your girl. It's not a good look for them. It's not a good look for anybody involved. The way that he's talking on the TL as well, just like. Yeah, it's just kind of it's honestly getting to a point where it's just gross. It's like disgusting behavior and like seeing a professional player and even imagine an NBA player started doing this on the TL. Imagine NFL player started doing this on the TL. Any sport, a soccer player did this or some shit. It would look bad no matter what it's in, but instead it's in our small little pipsqueak type of league, making us look worse as a collective. And really, at the end of the day, I think you two need either, fight or shut up. Both of you. He goes to Scrap and Drazah. Fight or shut the fuck up. Both of you.
Do we think Scrap's on that TRT, though?
If he was, he wouldn't weigh a grand total of 72 pounds soaking wet. So I think he needs, if he's on it, take double your dose. Wallahi, you need to double your dose down. Triple that shit. I don't know. You're not getting any muscle. So.
And then obviously Scrappy also throws in the whole you on so many drugs thing because obviously like every time anybody ever beefs Drazah, they always drop at the end like an Addy related comment. SlasheR's done that back in his day as well, back in Vanguard. So that shit ain't changing anytime soon. So there was a bit more to this one than what we've seen before, but it's like, is this shit gonna happen after every major? I'm down, I guess. But
well, yeah, you're down because you can make money from it. But
this is the actual interesting part though. Like, what does it mean for FaZe? Because this is Jericho's likes. Jericho, of course, Simp's fiance. Is that correct now? I don't know. Girlfriend, wife soon, I think.
I mean, listen. I mean, there's a bit of beef in the picture below. You know, you got Darian, Jericho, and Octane's girl. You know.
All I'm saying is
that's surprising.
The girlfriends, like the team, they ain't about this shit. Like they would much prefer this shit was not happening. It ain't good for them. It ain't good for the team dynamics. It makes things hella awkward. And look, business is business. Professional, like personal's personal. But on some level, this has to be causing some degree of conflict. Like there's no way that this is just all sunshine and rainbows when Drazah's girl does not especially get on well with the girls of, you know, like Jericho or whatever. Like that's just how the scene is, and that must have some implications on even a professional level.
Yeah, I mean that's the scary part. I think overall is that imagine, like, think about this in some in a realistic type of way, and I want to place this scenario out for everyone watching. With most guys, if you have a girl who's not just your girl, these are like fiance, wife level girls who are on, you know, amongst the FaZe guys. If they're all kind of saying, yo, this particular person and his girl are weird. We don't necessarily like the way they act. They're making interactions at events weird. They're making it uncomfortable. There is some possibility and in some universe, some chance that you get rid of this guy. He could be very skilled. But you get rid of this guy because it's kind of affecting the dynamic you have outside the game with your girls, with their friends. Because to be fair, yes, FaZe looked really, really good this year, but you could take 4 or 5 other players, put them in Drazah's spot, and I think FaZe would place just as well as they're doing now. They could get a third. They could win 1 chip. They can get a second, or, you know, they could get top 3 every event. They could do well online. So I think this is, you know, I said, I didn't say Drazah was a bitch throughout this entire thing. I don't want anyone to understand it that way. But I said the actions of someone that do this is it is bitch. I didn't call him a bitch, but I said it is bitch. So.
Do you think he's a...
No. I think he needs to confront it and finalize this or become a bitch. Very different. So, very simply put, Drazah, be smart, brother. You know, just generally be smart. Like, there's diplomacy to this all. Your spot isn't 100% certified on the best team that you've made, you know, probably ever been on. You obviously want to, you know, he won, but overall best team you've ever been on, easiest wave you can be on, right? You're guaranteed pretty much a top 3 every event just by playing with this level of skill. You're in a good spot, brother. Calm it down. Relax. Certify your spot. Don't ruin this.
I mean,
over some beef that isn't even real. 1 and 2, like, it's not worth it in the end.
I mean, I'll be real. Carry on like this, you're gonna ruin your career.
Okay, that's boiled down to 1 sentence. Thank you, Trey.
Carry on like this, you're gonna ruin your career. Like, don't matter how fucking good you are, people ain't gonna fuck with you. You gotta remember the COD is politics too. If you're acting like this, if you're crashing out like this, like, let's be real. Like, you're never gonna see Scrap and Drazah's team again. And that could have been that's a potential top.
They used to be friends.
2 AR duo. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? That's a top
hell yeah.
2,
that would have been sick to see. Absolutely sick to see.
That's a top 2 AR, right? Carry on like this. If the girlfriends are liking tweets about it, that's going to cause some dynamic in the team with the players, the fiancés, the husbands, whatever you want to call them. All right, there's more bridges burnt there. Like, carry on like this, bro. It ain't going to be well. Like, and I mean it. I know you don't like us. I know you don't like me, but that's fine.
Yeah, you don't like any of us. I know you don't like any of us. So.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck who you like. I'll talk to you as a human being. You just got to chill the fuck out and play Call of Duty. That's all it is. Go to the hotel, play some Call of Duty, come back. That's literally it. I don't care if you don't like me, Rab or Ace. Play COD, man. This shit's boring.
Yeah.
But that's the reality, right? Like, you ain't going to be on FaZe forever. I mean, like, maybe he's there for another couple of years and they win a shit ton of things. It's definitely possible. And I think if I had to predict whether they make a change for Drazah in the off-season, I think it's unlikely. It certainly was always possible, but I think they're good enough that it's unlikely they'll change in the off-season. But when eventually
if he keeps
time
going
does
like
move
this,
on, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how much those kind of personal interactions are creating problems in the team. I can't imagine that it's non-existent. But like, is Hex ever letting him into OpTic now?
Hell no.
Like, let's be real, right?
No, I mean,
So, like,
that's a PR nightmare. Just to be honest.
just a quick side note: do not check the Discord.
Okay, we'll not check the Discord.
Wait, our Discord?
Yeah, this one, like this chat here, the one that you just put in.
Yeah, well, Lion asked me to bring up, just to end out the show, a new card that he made. So you might want to go and find it, Ace, because it's made just for you.
Nah.
No,
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Nah, I mean, bro, you did say, if it had some funny graphics on.
No.
Wait. You said.
No. If he wants to go ahead with that, fine. But on here, we bro.
You said if it's got some funny graphic on, it's fine.
Right, are we gonna bring it up now? The chat wants to see it. Like,
bro, Trey, we just we just amended.
Hey,
what are you doing?
You put yourself in this situation.
I didn't put myself in any situation because I'm trying to refute this possibility.
No, you said it last time that we spoke about this, that if it had some funny graphics on, everything would be perfectly fine. It doesn't matter. It's not. Rav, did he not say that?
He did say that.
I didn't say on here. I said for Twitter it would have been. But now, okay, bro, no. Relax. Later, we'll bring that to later.
But ain't much else to come. Like,
No, I know. We have a whole Q&A. We have a whole Q&A session.
Oh shit, we do actually.
What are you talking about? We have a whole Q&A session, brother. All right, listen, everyone. We put out some requests for Q&As for Dope Check in our Twitter community, which if you want to join, all you got to do is go to the the Breaking Point Twitter, right? Go right here, Breaking Point Twitter, GG Breaking Point, and right at the top is our community, Dope Check Podcast. You can join that, and we put out polls in there, some funny pictures, exclusive pictures. I'm gonna put on in the next few days some background photos that you guys otherwise wouldn't have seen on the TL. Rav and Trey are definitely going to be a little worried about those. And yeah, we have some Q&As in here that we wanted to cover, and such. So let's hop to the YouTube ones first, and then we'll come on over.
I love it how we announced there's 3 cards left.
Right, that was like, I honestly was so mind blown how quick we were giving away the cards. I didn't even realize, and then I ran into one guy who wanted to like say hello or take a picture or something, and I saw he had like 5 cards in his hand, and 3 of them were hollows. I was like, well, hang on a second, and we've been giving these out like
I had to go up to the table and say, guys, we said 1 at a time, yeah.
That's what I thought.
I go up to the table, motherfuckers dishing out 1 here, 1 here, 1 there, like fucking dishing out. I'm like, guys, there is a queue of 50 people, and we've only got Eric Boom left.
I was mind blown at that.
I go up to them. They're like, oh, who's your favorite player? Like, oh, can I get a pred card?
Well, obviously, everyone's going to say that. Like, yeah.
They were all gone.
Yeah, it's like, nah, look, you can have Adam Assault, okay? You can have Adam Assault.
He was there, and no one wanted that shit. I just want to be honest. He was there. No one wanted that shit. I could name the players that no one wanted, but it was not looking good for a lot of teams, man. A lot of teams, actually, no one wanted their cards.
Wait, Rab, now your friend's in the chat. Now you can say his name properly.
Oh, there he
is. Kaysan, my guy. I swear I'm saying that right though. I swear.
No. I know 100% when we talked about him before. You said that shit so weird. I was like,
no,
I wanted to say it.
Right. I swear that they said the same on the flank.
Bro,
I will say.
Kaysan. Oh my god, it's Kaysan.
I will say. Every time I saw him in the front row when FaZe were piss slamming everyone, he was hyped as fuck. I saw him lose, and he was just like this, like he was so he had the most straight face of all time. I was crying. He was in the camera screaming, shouting, FaZe lost. He was so fucking mad.
Yeah, no, he got daggered, bro. It was bad. But the tweet was comedy though. That tweet of him, I think it was him at the restaurant, sitting right next to OpTic. No, that was comedy, top tier.
I mean, listen. This is what I will say though. Shout out to I'm gonna say Kaysan, because obviously Rab can't say it fucking correctly. Kaysan. Nah, I will say this. It's nice to see FaZe getting the support from FaZe members, especially like when I was on the team back in 2019. We had the same thing, and I'm sure the players, like I did when I was on FaZe, I really enjoyed it when I saw Temper and stuff there, and it was nice to see that they actually show some support from the members that, aren't strictly like Call of Duty esports and anything like that. So, Kaysan, absolute W from you. Pleasure seeing it.
Yeah, man was walking around the venue. He was in the front rows. He was out there showcasing. That's beautiful to see creators like out there like that for their organizations, their teams. I wish more creators generally across the board were like that. OpTic creators, FaZe creators, Ultra creators, everything.
Kaysan, I will say, if you ever need people to, help you out with your tournaments, I'll plug us a little bit.
The Dope Check team will go hard, except Rab will drop a 0 and 30 stinker, honestly.
No. We're not playing. Nah, fuck that.
Commentating?
Yeah, we'll do something fun. We'll do some commentating, do something funny.
All right, fine. I'm good with either one, honestly.
You and Rab on the sticks would embarrass us.
Bro, why do you think? I don't get why people think I'm bad. It's not true.
I'm the only shooter here.
Okay, comparatively to you, if it's a creator tournament, we're good, right? We're good. If it's a pro tournament, nah, I'll sit back and keep it calm. I'll save us the laughs, okay? I'll save everybody the laughs.
I got tactical helmet smoking you, bro.
Oh God.
Our
I've seen
1v1
this
is gonna
coming.
happen at Major 4, everyone, and I'm gonna shit on this guy, and it's gonna be held on your head forever, forever. We can do it in Black Ops 3, like I said. We can play Black Ops 3, and I'll still shit on you. Doesn't matter.
Interesting.
Okay, Q&As, guys. Q&As. This is what we got.
Yeah, let's do like half an hour Q&A.
Yeah.
Because I need a piss.
Every week. Kaysan coming in with a tier 1 too.
Oh, there we go.
Top man.
I appreciate you, brother.
That's my boy, Kaysan.
Kaysan.
Yeah,
Kaysan. Thank you.
Appreciate everything you've done for the
Call up the lawyer. We didn't get that case on. That's where we're at right now. That's where we're at. Okay, so these are the most upvoted for our Q&A. Every week we're gonna be doing Q&A. So if you missed the chance to do it this week, you'll have a chance to do it next week. Don't worry. Let's start up. What are your thoughts on Scrap, Hydra, Ghosty, and Gwyn as a team for next season? I'll start and make this very simple. That team is impossible. Contract issues are very apparent. Gwyn is on a 1+1. Ghosty's on a 1+1. Scrap and Hydra, I think we're up in the air, but we pretty much believe in this that at least one of them has another year. So 3 of those players is not possible. So good answer.
I mean, first of all, like, where is this team? Like, is this Toronto? Is this New York? Like,
second of all, no one's got the money to fund this. I'm gonna keep this blunt with you, Ace and Rab. Okay. You want Scrap and Hydra on the same team? You're looking at $1 million just for the salary of those two alone.
$1 million. Yeah, kind of.
$1 million. Listen, I'm keeping it real. The only way you see Scrap and Hydra play is if someone takes a pay cut or they're both taking. The only team that could potentially fund these two is OpTic, because they're going to make it back because they're OpTic. Any other team in the league is potentially, in my opinion, not going to make it back. Ghosty, we already know he's going to go up in value too. And then Gwyn shoots up in value too. If you want this team, no bullshit, you're looking at like 1.7 mil, 1.6 mil.
A little less than that, I think. I would say 1.3 probably.
I think what I'm more interested in is just generally like, will we see Scrap and Hydra together somewhere? I think if it's going to be anywhere, it's probably going to be Toronto. I don't really know what New York are thinking. I guess we'll see what
Boston.
they decide to do. Or Boston, yeah, sure.
I mean, Boston do have the money. Boston do have the money.
Trey,
they legit do have cash.
Trey, did your camera freeze and did you take a hit of cocaine? Because you just said that the biggest horseshit I've ever heard in my life. What? No.
We're speaking money here. I'm just saying Boston have money. I don't think no motherfuckers going to Boston. I'm saying who could fund it? Yes, Boston could fund it.
So Scrap, Hydra, Snoopy, and Pentagram is gonna be a sick ass team.
We need Doug in there.
Oh yeah. Actually,
Scrap, Hydra,
Penta. Snoopy,
are we not understand?
Scrap, Hydra, Snoopy, Censor. There you go.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Are we not hearing what I'm saying?
No.
The only teams that could fund it. The only teams that would fund it.
That's true. No, honestly, genuinely,
I don't think Scrap wants to leave Toronto as well. Like, I think looking at what happened this weekend, I'm actually quite happy that it did, because it increases the likelihood that Scrap stays on Ultra, which I think is a good thing for the league. So I think if there's anything, it'd be Hydra coming through rather than the other way around.
Yeah.
I said it because someone asked me this question today before we change it. Someone asked me, would you see Scrap leaving Ultra? The only team I see Scrap joining is OpTic. Like, that's the only team I see him leaving Ultra.
A Scrap for Drazah switch would be the funniest thing that's ever happened in COD history. Top 3, at least.
I mean, they do like his girlfriend.
I'm just saying, if it ended up that Drazah got dropped or whatever, and then Scrap got put in, holy fuck.
I'm already seeing the script being wrote. They are chilling together at events. The girlfriends are chilling together at events. They're probably going for dinners, probably going for drinks. They're gonna walk into the FaZe offices, all the girlfriends, and go, "We want Darian. We want her."
It would be some insane scenes. But okay, next question, because again, we're spending too much. It's Q&As. Maybe we gotta jump kind of quick. Does ASIM really deserve another chance in the big leagues? Interesting, boys. What do we think about this question, you fucks?
I'll let Rab answer. pass. I mean, actually, I'll take over. If he plays well in challenges, we'll give him one more shot.
Okay, I'll say if this year, no, because it's too late. Next year, if he wins this, he won one Challengers Champs already. He joined back FC Black, and they went from not winning to winning again. So, one more. Is there a Champs one? Is there a Champs Challengers or no?
There's a Challengers Champs. Yeah. It's going to be held in Dallas.
Okay. So yeah, if he wins,
there ain't going to be an event in Major 4, basically.
Okay, so if he wins whatever replacement Major 4 Cup or Elite, whatever it is online, wins that, and then wins the Challengers Champs. Absolutely, I think next year there's a chance we see him back in the big leagues. It's not even, Austin came on here and he said, Asim played some of the hardest teams and all that. I know some people think it's cheese, but I truly believe that like his standing right now in the community and what happened this year or this last time he was in is not a fair assessment of how good he is as a player or how bad he is. He played the top 4 teams basically in one run, so. I think he deserves another chance if he could continue proving himself in challengers on the best of the best team. Rab, anything else to add?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Trey.
I was going to say that, like, we say this, but he also didn't have a good stint on Boston. Really.
They won more respawns, though, Trey.
They won one more respawn, eh? Listen, if he wins Challenger Champs, you got to give him another shot. You have to. But that might be the last one.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
He's been dropped from many teams, and that comes into a lot of consideration. So I think we give him one more shot if he wins Challenger Champs.
I think it's arguable that like the Vegas stint was so bad, but it was also so short that you kind of almost might get away with it. If that was like the first stint of a player ever in the league, they would be chalked. But for Asim, it ain't chalked because he's got good connections and he is better in challenges. And obviously people know that he's going to be good at the start of game life cycles, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him back in the league next year.
Everyone watches our shit.
Deserve is always
look at Nameless in here now. What's up, Ant? Man,
I mean Ant is kind of cooking, Boston got worse without him, and LV sucked with Johnny, but he's been on half the teams in the league. So you also have to look at that too. Like clearly there's some sort of issue there. But like I said, if you win Challenger Champs, we give him another shot.
I think if you're Asim, you can't settle just for getting a spot. You have to get a spot with the team you essentially want. You can't just be a plug and play because that's going to set you up for your last stint in the league if you plug and play and it goes bad. It's too much 50-50. If Asim is going to come back in the league, he needs to be on a team where at least him or the person he's duoing with have some sort of keys to the organization, because otherwise you're putting your hands and trust of your last potential stint in the league with someone else, and that cannot happen. It literally cannot, or else it's chalk, basically. Next question. Drop Scrap and bring Asim back. I'll be down to be on the... Who is this guy?
With the potential for expansion, what 4 orgs would like to see come in? What odds would you give each organization? Odds is going to be tough, but like I think realistically, Gorillas need to go, Ravens need to go, Vegas need to go.
We're saying add 4 in, and you're subtracting these people out. What the fuck?
Oh, I see. They're talking about expansion. Yeah. Okay. Well,
damn, right?
I guess just to make it realistic, we ain't get an expansion before we replace those teams. First of all, so like we might only get 3 orgs come in.
Fuck this. Fuck this org. Fuck this org. Fuck this org.
Bring back Cloud9. Cloud9. I want to see Censors. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see Quadrant.
The league.
Yeah, like fuck them orgs, get them out.
Bro, he just dropped 4 before, and now we need to pick up 8. We couldn't even pick up 4 before.
Yeah,
I'm giving you 7. I'm giving you 7 slots now. Like drop 3, right, pick up 3 more plus 7.
This is what Red Reserve.
Okay. TSM.
Complexity.
I don't think Ace gets the law.
Nah, Ace don't get the law on that.
Yeah,
he took that straight up.
Yeah, he took that shit.
Okay, yeah, because they don't pay. Okay, my bad, gangster.
I said Red Reserve and Ace took it legit.
I took it legit. I wasn't thinking right now.
Yo, Ace gave me a funny look and just put his finger up.
No, because in my
Yeah,
yeah,
good
the
luck.
funny look was what I was registering, but I was like, I'm not gonna go against my Brody right now. I stand on business.
I like
with
this
the bros.
vitality shout though. Actually, like some sort of EU org, we need like Carmine Corp or
All right.
Quadrant
No.
or Vitality. Or
Yeah,
some
I was gonna
shit.
say Quadrant. I was gonna give them a spot. Quadrant, TSM, Cloud9.
Sentinels? No.
Complexity. Bring them back.
Complexity. Boom. That's the 4 right there. Is there anything more to life than being really, really ridiculously good looking? No.
No.
On this show, it's very tough because we just hold it down, honestly. So it's very tough.
I wouldn't actually know if there's anything more to life. You know what I mean? Like it's just
it
comes too easy.
It's the first part. Everything that comes after is just extra, basically. What about Ultra causes them to falter so spectacularly in grand finals on the big stage? That 4-0 comeback in CW last year's Champs grand finals, and now this.
I think we touch on that to some degree. I don't really know if there's a clear answer.
I think it's just OpTic. Once OpTic beat FaZe, it was just chalked. I think at that point it's just like, oh fuck, they're on a burner right now. It's over.
I love this idea from Sam here that we're gonna get a player boycott of the online games. They're just gonna refuse to play and then turn up to LAN. Like, oh my god, it doesn't work like that because there'll be some player that will do it. Like some teams will do it. Like. You're not going to get all the teams to agree not to play the online cheese because LH Gorillas are going to be like, I'll take the free 70 points. Like, send me to champs. Like,
also,
the
players wouldn't get paid.
Yeah, true as well.
Also, there's money involved. Yeah, there's money involved.
Well, they're going to do
matches.
all day. Sit, like, they would actually prefer to play online matches. You know what I mean?
Imagine you say to fucking.
Than not do anything.
Imagine you say to Estrew, like, you're boycotting it. Well, you're not going to get paid then, buddy. He's all right, fuck it, we're locked in.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Well. But also, like, if you're a pro, would you prefer to scrim for 5 weeks in a row and play no matches and tournaments and then play the major? Like, even if that was a possibility, I'm sure you'd prefer to at least play some competition.
Woomer said in the chat.
Online cheese.
Woomer said in the chat, why would those big orgs want to be in a declining esport? Call of Duty is the biggest game in the world. There is no buy-in for the CDL anymore.
Yeah.
And the CDL teams get a bigger split of the, they get a bigger piece of the pie. So really and truthfully, you got to ask yourself is, why won't the league expand? And then we'll have a discussion.
Trey just cooked right there, honestly.
It's a regressing esport. There's so much potential in COD, and everybody sees it. It's just not been executed on as well as it could have done so far. And you have to drop one and keep one and go on, guys.
No, I was just saying, and we have drama. We have more drama than any other esport. So there's also a media side to it that hasn't been that tapped into besides basically, Breaking Point and Tactical Rap. So there's also additionals with our esport that make it interesting on a media side as well.
And I'm always drunk at events, so that's cool.
That is cool. You want to get involved. Any orgs want to get involved?
Like, you don't get that at every event, If you go to League of Legends, you got some, weird guys, walking around with their keyboards. You go to VOW, you got some woo guys walking around shooting anime characters. And you got a COD event, you got me.
You got a COD event, then you get these two fucking lads and dads. Wait, where's Tactical Rap, man? I can go to Tactical Rap really quick. Then you got just, come on, brother. What League of Legends players are dripped out like this, dog? What League of Legends player personalities are dripped out like this, bro? Zero of them? Come on.
That's right. That's right. FaZe0.
That's all I gotta say. If you had to drop one and keep one, Insight Envoy considering recent online and LAN performances. Drop one and keep one. Fuck.
I think Insight is just less impactful.
Fuck. I'm trying to think.
But the thing is, if I get rid of him, then I don't know if that affects Kleenex. So actually, this is quite a tricky
I'm dropping Insight, picking up SlasheR, keeping Envoy. That's my thought, at least.
That's guess cheese.
The fuck? I'm never guess. I don't guess cheese, bro.
I think not to say that Insight isn't impactful, but I think you could. I feel like he's one of those players that you could put in the spot that's like a top AR and he would do just as good of a job. Especially with recent performances, like now his S&D's slowly diminishing. And the actual performance of the players is diminishing too, so.
I think I agree. I think it's harder to find an Envoy replacement. Obviously, they did well with Hixie and they won. but I also think that if you were to get rid of Envoy, there's far fewer players you could put in there that would actually keep the team good. Whereas if you replaced Insight, I feel like you could probably replace Insight with a number of players, and they would still be competitive. Whether they'd be like better, I don't know. That's a challenge. But it's like, I don't know who you drop Envoy for and pick up that makes them better unless you're bloody buying out FaZe.
Yeah.
That's my take.
Let's see.
We might have to like call these the last couple of questions from YouTube, by the way, because I don't think we're going to be able to do a 43 respectfully. Thanks to everybody drop the comments, but like,
I'm looking. For
What was the first one? What was the first one? Do the first one because I feel like he's just gonna get left at the bottom for no fucking reason.
This one?
Yeah, we did the first one.
No, the first one, like, because they're all recent. They're the recent.
Oh,
ones,
I see what you're
No,
saying.
no,
Can
no.
you order by latest?
No, we can sort it by
Or
top comments. It's by who has the most likes.
Yeah, sort it by whoever commented.
Oh, okay. All right. The first person that commented was Steve, which that's hilarious. What can the ROKKR do and try to get back to winning form? What's the reply? Drop everyone. Nice.
Yeah, I think that honestly might be the solution.
Honestly, honestly, you're fucking hit the nail on the head, mate.
We talked about it already. So I mean, I think we covered it this show. It's on Twitter as well. So I mean, we'll go to next. Was Dashy the real MVP?
A good question.
Throughout the whole tournament, yes, but the Sunday means the most, so no.
Shotzzy did turn on God mode on Sunday, and he was actually unkillable in almost every respawn. So I gotta hold it high that on their best day, their best player was Shotzzy, hands down, superstar. Hold that L Aches.
I think Shotzzy deserved it for sure.
We had this argument, didn't we, Ace? Like literally after the tournament, me and you literally said, I said it was Dashy. And you said it was Shotzzy. Shotzzy just performed so fucking good on the Sunday, which is the most important.
Yeah. Yeah, we were arguing
when they
really
won,
who's
the
getting
rest of the
MVP.
weekends.
Yeah. We couldn't figure it out,
Sunday,
but hey.
Sunday was
I also think
Sunday,
that like I will always
Sunday.
favor an SMG player in these discussions. Just because like as important as many of the players that Dashy made were, in terms of like overall impact and value.
I think Dashy should have won it purely based on the clutches that he won them the series that they won to get him there.
That's a fair point though.
I think we're talking he's got, what is it, 15 or 16 clutches throughout the year now, like the most clutch player in the league. And to do it against FaZe, 1v3 versus FaZe, 1v2 versus New York. I think those plays right there, I think if it's just standard AR to sub gameplay, yeah, Shotzzy probably wins it. But we're talking clutches that got him to that final moment to where Shotzzy could perform in the finals the way he did. And to make things even better, Dashy performed so fucking well in the finals too. I would have gave it to Dashy, personally.
I can see the argument.
Yeah, one last tidbit is just there was no wrong answer. If you gave it to either of them, I don't think anyone would be upset. It was throw it in the air, roll it some dice, hand the trophy to one of them. Everyone's happy, honestly. We did 20 minutes of that. Let's do 10 minutes of Twitter if there's anything there, and then we'll call it from there. We have 11 questions on here. We'll go through the best ones. We'll do.
What a picture, though.
What a picture? Which one?
Nah, just like we scrolled past Tactical Helmet again.
Oh,
I was enjoying that.
What a good one, man.
Might have to go tactical Schlid.
Schlid. I don't know what that means. I don't want to know what it means. We got PD Gaming. Which team/players would get better if COD went to a LAN league? Or would it not matter and current top players would still be the current top players? Interesting question. I want to answer first. I think the elders of the league would prefer it and play a lot better. I think some of the young bucks would have some trouble. A lot of the rookies would have some trouble. But teams-wise, I think Carolina would be really happy to be back on a full LAN league. I think OpTic, just with the fan, if it's a LAN league, if there's fans involved or not, but just generally LAN league in general, a lot more hype in person. I think OpTic would favor it, and I actually would argue Seattle would have a much better time because of how far they play. Miami as well. So pretty much older players or players that are getting server cheesed considering where they live, I think would be the biggest difference makers for our LAN league.
I honestly think I agree with you. I don't think the rookies get worse. To be honest with you, I think everyone's gonna benefit. Maybe apart from like Miami, maybe.
I was about to say.
Wait,
I don't really want to say.
You think Miami don't benefit or do benefit?
Don't.
Why don't they started winning on land all of a sudden? Why would they not benefit?
I still think they're better online though.
I mean, motherfucker, like what a fucking. Like, I mean,
It's been different teams each time though, right? It's been a different team each time though. You can't, it's been literally mix-ups of rosters per time. So I think this time around, especially a better roster for sure. You can argue it's definitely just that. At the same time though, these servers have gotten worse. I think everyone would agree that this last 2 months, the servers have been really shite for whether it's ranked, whether it's playing in the league. They both would tell you it's bad. And then on top of that, they have some of the worst server cheese. And I don't think Florida has 1,000 up, 1,000 down. I think internet-wise, they have the worst internet. Plus, server-wise, they're the furthest from most servers. So I think it's like they're just kind of in a shithole when it comes to online COD in general. For the better or for the worse. All right.
I think, like, yeah, I mean, there's only a couple of other players, but I think what's more, I don't think that would matter as much as if the game changed significantly. Like, when we went from IW to World War II, like, there was a clear, noticeable change in certain players that weren't as good at boots on the ground, or players like Aches and JCap that got significantly better. I think that's what it would take to see a major change to the pecking order rather than just going back to a LAN league. I don't think it would make much difference.
A few more questions. Who's winning in a match? Vanguard Legion or MW3 Breach? Or the Dope Check boys versus both?
Respectfully to Legion, it's got to be Breach. Like, Legion were ass. Bruh, they had 2 series wins the whole year, was it? They were getting cooked by everyone. Like, even Breach would at least 3-1
They
them.
had 20 points for a whole fucking season. I'm taking my brothers from Extra Defiant that I had today beating that fucking dog shit team.
Damn, that's pretty dagger. That's a dagger right there.
As bad as Breach are, like, at least they could win maps. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, 2 wins in a whole season? I would have changed my gamer tag. I'd have changed my first name. I'd have fucking moved to a different country.
Respect won a lot of maps. I swear Boston winning more maps than Legion did. Maybe I'll just find the standings real quick. You guys can move on.
Hypothetically, could we just reset the league up and have all the teams do a draft to balance the league out? Not a direct question, but could lead to some interesting talks because the logistics of it. Lame-o. I mean,
Paris won 31 maps all year, and they had 2 series wins for 20 points. Boston this year already have way more map wins than that.
So Boston.
So respectfully, Boston beat them, I think.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know how many more times I need to say this. They won 2 matches the whole fucking year. It's not even close.
And they had Jimbo with the wall hacks, yeah. So
they did have, and they had a hacking player, which makes it even more insane, to be honest. So, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know if the league is ever can reset. At some point, a drafting system should be implemented, but that's going to take a lot of years and going to have to connect the CDL to college COD. And both are in fucking shambles right now, so I don't think that we're close to that happening just yet.
I think that would suck, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm sure the thought of that back when the NFL and NBA were different was sucked as well, but it's one of those things that after like the first wave of players, let's say 10, 15 years goes by, then it gets good because then you get the true balance versus, oh man, I get to create the team I want. Well, the best players, my favorite players, the money players, all that. So it's going to suck for like 5 to 10 years, but after that, you're going to get an actual balance to the league that's going to look good. The worst team gets the best college player, all that.
Yeah, but then that best player just joins another team for a fee.
That's what happens.
Doesn't change anything.
That's what happens in the NBA. That's what happens in the NFL. But at least you get franchise players on smaller teams to open up their markets. Like for example,
we need to keep this American draft shit away from COD. Like keep it how it is. That shit's whack.
I disagree. I think that's a good idea. And I think tying the CDL to college COD, having some of these people go to college first. Go to college, get some social skills. Secondly, go to school for a little bit. Third, play against some level of competition while also doing some challenger stuff. I think is good for the league in general.
Oh, fuck it. The best college kids go to college COD for a free ride and smoke college kids.
I agree. I'm not.
Fuck it, it's whack.
Exactly. You have to make, bro. You're saying whack right now. You think of the future. That's my point. But
I am looking at the future, and I think the drafting system that the American sports do is dog shit.
Fair enough. CDL format.
I think there
proposal-
are some good elements of like I kind of see the vision of some of the American sports ideas. I think if we were to do kind of old school COD stuff with some of the kind of collegiate related stuff, I kind of see it, especially because it is a North American based esport. Anything would be better than the franchise bullshit we've currently gone through. So, you know, but obviously on that basis, I'm like, don't give any more ideas for these guys.
Yeah. You know what's a great idea? Let's do a draft. Whack Simp on the fucking Vegas Legion on a fucking 50 grand a year salary. No, that's a fucking stellar idea.
No, not drafting the players. Currently drafting the future classes. That's my point. Future.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's basically said like this. The whole drafting system, is to make the teams more fair, but it's still not going to be fair. Like,
and also, how the hell do you know who's best coming out of like collegiate stuff? It'd have to be years down the line for that.
It takes. That's the problem. The problem with it is that it's a slow process of like 10 years almost for its impact to be felt. But for the first 10, it's going to be very imbalanced, and it's going to be. I mean, basically, what we have right now is imbalanced, so it's the same shit we have now. This CDL format thing is a little too long for you guys to read, so we only have 2 minutes, so we'll save that. But I disagree with you. This guy's basically just said it for one of them. Whoever's the top of the standings at the end of the year wins the league. But I don't like that because...
What? Nah, bro.
No, that's just trash. Because then it doesn't give each major split importance. And by
like the Premier League in the UK, like in football, it works because there's other tournaments. Like it's not just the Prem. Like you've got the Champions League, where this is a cup. You've got, the FA Cup.
Well, yeah, let's just do that then.
Like,
fuck it. Let's copy the Premier League into the CDL.
Well, the Premier League is the most successful league on the planet. So yeah, for sure.
That's because
it probably makes sense.
It's because the sports.
It's all on land,
Because it's all on land. There's no online. There's no fucking online cheese in the Premier League for sure. No online cheese. The fuck?
No,
I mean, it is the most
corruption.
It is the most successful league on the planet with the most successful.
The Echo's back, baby. All good.
Last question.
So that would make sense.
Last question. Should we remove smokes now that Terminal is out as well?
I think smokes makes 6-star the most cheesiest map of all time.
Everything that I was worried about in the beginning of the game where everyone called me crazy and all that shit, players are going to start throwing smokes at their feet and start getting out of situations, not using them tactically, literally just throwing up their feet and mixing up. 6 stars the perfect. I was like 6 stars.
Saw this.
No, that's my problem. I'm saying at the beginning of the year when I claimed this, people were like, no, smokes are meant to make certain maps like Invasion possible and da-da-da. But look, we fast forward to the year and winning Invasions without a smoke is possible. Winning it, and you have that cheese that I was talking about back then of players just throwing at their feet or just throwing in a lane like on 6-star, just bum rushing through it. Whatever happens, 50-50, that's not competitive. That ruins competitiveness. So exactly what I was worried about is happening now. So I'm a fan personally of throwing smokes out of the game.
I mean, people are saying that smokes make Invasion good. No one's throwing smokes in Invasion across the bombs. The smoke player gets a 2-piece and then throws a smoke at his feet to run away.
Yes. We saw
that's literally all that happened at the major. No one's throwing smokes across the bomb. They're just throwing smokes from one way and are running away. That's literally what they're doing.
We saw Real and DVD like 3 different rounds, 5 different rounds. I don't know. It was like every round in a row. Go to DVD. If he saw anybody or it got pushed at all, throw a smoke at his feet and run away. Get out of there somehow. Or push the guy through the smoke.
Look at the way Hugh and Shotzzy plays. They run around to try. They literally risk their life to get a blood. They get the blood and then throw a smoke at their feet and just run away.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
I think
the smoke isn't for the crust anymore.
Yeah.
I agree, but I also think that it adds it makes search a bit more interesting to watch because it at least gives the potential to make tactical plays.
The potential of chaos you're talking about. The potential of chaos is what you're talking about.
I mean, someone just put in the chat.
But also you can use smoke strategically and well. So it opens the door to actually create other strats, even though most of the time it's
but one way in's back grab.
Yes.
I know, yeah.
Yes, that's
100% the issue. Bro, the 6-star smoke is incredible. You throw it down, cover mid cut, you run into it, you get a little angle, and you can fucking shoot anyone for it. And someone put in the chat too. I literally remember watching this. Paco and Shotzzy threw a smoke at each other's feet and just ran around in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's entertaining for sure.
Yeah, it adds a little spice to it, but at the same time, I'm always about competitiveness, and I remember getting flamed because of this idea, but get smokes out, and let's lock it in. But that is the Q&A for now. We'll have another one for Monday's show. Rab, will you be back by Monday? Just curious.
I'll still be in the US on Monday.
Holy shit.
And Monday might be interesting just because if the Indy 500 goes ahead on Sunday, Monday's no problem. But the Indy 500 is looking like it might be thunderstorms. So I don't know what, because if the race is not on Sunday, then it'll be on Monday.
Okay,
so we'll see about that.
We might be pushing it back again. So possibly the show next week could be pushed back.
It's rare that
again.
it gets rained off. It's very rare that it gets rained off, but it may happen.
Okay. So another Q&A next week. If you didn't get your question chosen or whatever, you have another chance to put something in. And if your first time you didn't know we even had this, every week we'll be able to interact with you guys. Make sure to join the community. All you have to do is go to the Breaking Point Twitter, and it's right at the top, right there. But guys, thank you for tuning in. That is Dope Check episode. I think 21 at this point. We've done so many of this. I don't even know where we are. But episode 21. Any final thoughts from the boys before we completely wrap this up and I get on my plane to make my way back to Dallas? Any final thoughts?
Well, they wanted you to show the card.
Dude, F the card. We're not showing the card.
I already linked it in the chat. I know people said that they retweeted it, but I don't think we did. All I'll say is, it's absolute pleasure, gentlemen. I know the card is there. The card is actually
okay. It actually is there. There you go.
It actually is there.
There you go. It's there. Okay.
Okay. Good work, everyone. All I wanted to say was just absolute pleasure, gentlemen. Glad we can make it work in Toronto this past weekend. Thoroughly enjoyed a weekend from start to finish. Couldn't have done it without you. Wouldn't have wanted to do it without you. So, yeah, we'll run it back.
Absolutely. Trey?
Hey, tune in Monday. I have a feeling it won't be a 4-hour long episode because there's not going to be that much. There's no matches to talk about. But I will assume there are some roster changes or roster rumors that will be happening in the next few days. Because
Intel.
And in my brain, I have a feeling 3 team changes potentially.
That's a lot of team changes right there. Boys and girls, from me, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate all the love and support over the weekend, all the donations we got while we were in Toronto. It was very surprising. It was amazing to see that we have that kind of love in the community after only, a few months of creating this show. All the love on YouTube, all the love at events, in person, people coming up to us, telling us they love the show. Some, construction workers, like regular life people just listening to our show while they're just working and it's getting them through their day. It means the most to us. It really does. So we love that. We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you guys on Monday, potentially Tuesday for the next episode. And we look forward to next Friday for the pre-show on YouTube. Can't wait. More CDL matches, more Dope Check. More W's in the chat. We love you guys. We are out. Thank you guys for tuning in.